One.
All right, house number three, we all live.
Go.
What up?
What's
What's
going
goody?
on?
What's
What's going
goody?
on?
Let's go.
How's
Good
everybody
afternoon,
feeling?
good
So,
evening.
Good
everybody
evening,
watched the
everybody.
movies?
Yes, I watched the
Did
movies.
everybody
Yeah, I
watch
watched
the
the
I
movie.
have
movies?
a lot of rebuttals on what I said the other day to Ashley. I have a lot to say about Spider
Well,
Man.
we had to. Oh, okay. We're not on
And
Spider Man though.
All
Stand
right.
back. Stand back. We're not doing
I
that
have a,
first.
We talking about the
Um,
classics
we
versus
we we
old
so
school. I
we
mean,
talking
old school
about
versus new school.
the Aladdin and Lion King, the remakes on both of them. So go
Yeah.
ahead, Joey. What you got? Because you sound like
How you feel about
you
it?
know like me
You
first,
weren't
me
ready for
first,
that
teacher,
one.
me first. Go
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
ahead.
yeah.
that's what it was giving. It was giving me first. That's exactly what it
I
Um,
want
was.
to go. I want to go. I want to go.
Pick me, pick me.
I like the what you call it. I like the live action ones a lot. I just didn't think the live action
Can I ask
Aladdin
you
was better
why?
than the cartoon. I didn't think the live action Aladdin was better than the cartoon.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
touche.
Will Smith did a good job as the genie, but I didn't like the rest of the way it played out. It was good,
Yeah.
In what
but I
ways
prefer
though? Like, what is it that you didn't like about it?
where do I start? Aladdin, for instance.
He said, "Where do I
Aladdin, for instance.
start, Lord?
I
We
didn't
feel
like
like
the
it's a list
actor,
somewhere.
the
It's
way
a list
Aladdin was
somewhere."
played. I didn't like the way Aladdin was played. I
Uh,
really
Okay,
did.
trash.
okay.
I
Dookie.
did not like that. And the way
Dookie.
Princess Jasmine was so like she wasn't
Man,
like how it was in the cartoon too much. They to
bitch
me
is
they like
trash.
they tried too hard.
Mm.
That was a
And
Jasmine.
then the songs, there was the songs, but they wasn't the songs. Like it felt different the way they were singing it live action opposed to the cartoon.
Yeah, it
Like
was
I could,
song
What's
differences.
up, Noah?
it was real
Yeah.
different to me. So I prefer that. The Lion King to me, both of them was at the peak as like I love both of them. Like the baby fell in love with Simba. You know, they
Hmm.
tried to do the thing, but it was kind of long. The live action was kind of long for Lion King. 2 hours to get the same story across, and it didn't take the whole 2 hours.
Not the same story. It was
It
minor
was still
switches, and I wasn't
my
mad at the
It was. It
switches.
was.
It
It was
was.
with both
Yeah,
of them. It was some
it was.
differences.
Yeah.
It was some different. I noticed it. Um,
I
I
told you
liked.
that you was gonna do that.
No, I liked both of them. I loved the live action for both of them. I thought it was awesome. Considering that I went into Lion King with my bestie in the back of my head, like Lion King wasn't as good. So I was a little nervous because we pretty much for the most part have similar taste in things. So I was a little nervous, a little nervous. But I liked it. What I didn't like about both of them is I don't feel like neither one of them held true to the same stories. Like they had the same story, but there were things that
Yeah.
were missing. Like in the beginning of Aladdin, how he had that whole thing where he did that thieving thing, and how he met Jasmine,
Yeah.
and how that didn't hold true to the actual cartoon. It was different, and how
Yeah.
Jafar pretended to be an old person that was locked up with him to convince him to do
Mm-hmm.
that. He didn't do it in Aladdin. In Aladdin,
Mm-hmm.
he was Jafar, and how the father was a ditzy, chunky man. That's not what we got. I was looking for this midget who was chubby to play her father because that's the projection in the movie. It wasn't. As far as the guy who played Aladdin, I think that he pretty much, for the most part, had the look of Aladdin in the cartoon. He kind of gave me Aladdin
Yeah.
look as far as like the cartoon. Um, he was probably the only thing I felt was exact because he actually looked like Aladdin. He did.
Yeah,
He didn't seem in the movie in the live action as cunning as Aladdin. Like Aladdin had this little charm in the cartoon. I didn't gather that from the actor, but I liked it. It was a good rendition of both of them. And then with the Lion King, my issue with the Lion King was it just like it felt like when they were doing things like when they did Timon, Pomon and what was it? I can't say Timber. Was it
Timon and
Tim?
Puma,
Puma.
Timon
Timon and
and
Puma.
Timon and
Pumbaa.
Timon and
Puma.
Puma. There you go, Timon and Puma. I thought that neither one of them looked like the character at all. Like I felt like I didn't expect it to be exact, but I thought Timon should have been fat. Wasn't he? Isn't it Timon the thing?
I
He's the
see what
pig.
you're saying. I
He
see what you're
wasn't
saying,
fat.
Laura.
That one looked like he needed to eat a couple of things. I expected a hog. I expected a little chunky
Yeah,
little thing there. You know what
chunky
I mean?
hog.
Like
Yeah,
there were a little bit of things that they could have did, even with Scar. With Scar, like they didn't find a mane with the black mane. That was how you knew Scar from Mufasa. Like I expected that. And the only thing that pissed me off with the whole movie that I just didn't like was that they could have had Whoopi Goldberg play the fucking hyena again. She's
Shenzi.
still alive.
Oh yeah.
She's still alive. Cause
She
that
could
that
have.
that
She could have
voice,
still did
period.
she
Shenzi.
wasn't like Whoopi.
That
Whoopi
would
had
have
this
been
like,
legendary too.
like
Yeah,
the Whoopi had this like way of making it amusing. It seemed like the hyenas were more very serious. Like
They're more
Yes.
there was
independent.
one serious one. Yeah, there was one serious one and two jokey ones. And this time it seemed like they were all three. Even her Whoopi, she was always serious. Like go check. Like it wasn't. That's the only thing I didn't like. But as far as like it was a good movie. It was a good movie. It was their best.
yeah.
I guess they figured, but they could have found a fatter pig. I'm pretty sure they could have got a fat hog. They ain't had to get that hungry one.
They could have made a one. Cause girl, what they don't find? They couldn't find it. These ain't real animals. They could have made a bigger one though.
No,
I
they
give it
are
to
real
them.
animals. They are real animals that are trained
Girl,
to
they
do
didn't
certain things.
play
They
real
weren't
animals in
talking.
this movie.
No, no, no. They're
It was
real
computer.
animals.
It was like live action
No, 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 no,
computerized.
no, no. They're computerized. No, I'm not saying they're not computerized. They don't computer. I'm saying these are real animals that they use to
And
do
that's
it.
what I'm
These
saying.
are
They could
real
have
animals.
made a fatter pig. I agree.
Well,
They
they
could
didn't
have
have to
made
make
a
a fatter
fatter.
pig. They could have found one. It didn't matter if he didn't talk, because none of them really talk. They could have found a fatter one
That's
and took his image and made the damn movie.
And who is gonna
but
train
that's
his
but that's
mind,
how they
Laura?
that's how they look though. That's why with me,
Wait, why is everybody skipping them?
I'm not gonna lie. Lion King, I
I
heard
feel like
so
the
much
service is a little
criticism on it.
shaky.
Now that's got to be your service, cause my service is
So
fine.
I hear Booby fine and clear.
With me,
Me too.
I went to watch Lion King and Aladdin. I love this one. You know why? Cause he's my two favorite cartoons growing up. I had a lot of criticism from Lion King. Everybody was mad about Pumbaa. I sat there when I watched that movie. I went in there with an open mind. They're using real animals. This is what the animals really look like.
Look like, yeah.
You understand? You go to a wild, that's what Puma looked like. That's what Timon looked like in real life.
Yeah, and yeah,
So
that's
I
what I
like that
Yeah,
part.
but
expected
they got
too.
fat pigs. They got fat boars. I've seen fat boars on the Animal
Yes.
Planet.
Yeah, but
You've
that's not a
seen
boar.
fat motherfucking boars.
Puma is a warhog. Puma is a warhog. He's
Oh,
not a
Yeah.
boar.
I know.
He's a
Oh,
warhog.
okay. That's probably why
That's
I
why
always thought
that's
he
why
was a
he got
boar.
four. Boars got two tusks. Puma got four. Puma's a
Mm.
boar, but he's a different type of boar. So that's what they look like. That's what
Oh,
they
he's a
really look
different
like.
breed. Oh, he's a different
Yeah.
breed. Okay, got you.
Uh huh. So that right there, I'm not gonna lie. The only thing about Lion King that I really didn't like was the song "Be Prepared." They fucked that song up. That was my favorite song, and they twisted the one that Scar sings. That was my favorite
Yeah.
song. I was like, oh, it's coming up, and they switched everything up. I'm like, oh. But let me tell you something. The layout of it, the way they switched up, because they can't take 100% and do everything 100% that the cartoon was.
Hmm.
Right.
I get
Because
that.
these are
So when
live
they switched up,
animals.
yeah. So when they switched up the roles a little bit and put it that Shenzi was more of the leader of the hyenas, and
Yeah.
Scar tried to bribe them with Simba.
Food.
I was
Simple
cool with
food.
that.
Hmm.
I was cool with that because at the end of the day, Scar had to get cool with the hyenas somehow, some way. We know Scar
Yeah.
ruled them automatically. So That I like. I
Yeah.
like that they did that. That's how Scar got the hyenas. That was cool. Everything about it
Mhm.
was great. Like I went in there with an open mind and I fell in love with it. When I went to Aladdin, let me tell you something. I had to push through on that movie.
Same.
When I
Same.
watched Aladdin, I felt like somebody went into the Aladdin theater, watched the live play on camera, and just did CGI with Will Smith in there. Like I didn't feel like I was watching a movie. Like I don't know, there was something off with it. There was really something off with it. From Aladdin singing, because Aladdin and the cartoon, Aladdin isn't cocky. He's just a survivor. And this
Yeah.
Aladdin, this
But
nigga
he's
is
cunning. He
cocky
has
as
like a
shit.
charming, cunning attitude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but he
that
got a
gets me.
cocky attitude too. He know he gonna get away with it type shit.
No, no,
Mm.
no, no.
Yeah, in this
In
one.
the cartoon, I'm saying in the cartoon, he's
Oh
more
yeah, in the
Yeah,
charming and
cartoon,
cunning. And
yeah,
this guy was
he's
different.
just yeah, he's young. He's living his life, but he's surviving. This is the only way he could survive. If this is his last straw, this is his last straw. It's like that's how he lived it. This one, he just lived it like you could tell his attitude was they're not gonna catch me. You understand? I
Hmm.
know they're
I know
not
he
gonna
wasn't
catch me. I'm the main character type shit. You understand? Like that threw me off. Then
it
with
really
then with
did.
the when they did the Aladdin and Jasmine, the guards didn't catch Aladdin when he was with Jasmine. That's how he realized she was the princess in the cartoon,
Yeah,
because that's how he realizes she's a princess and all that. And she thinks that Aladdin is dead. They didn't do none of that. Like you said,
yeah,
Jafar dressed up as the old man and tricked him and all that. He didn't even know, he wasn't
yeah.
supposed to know who Jafar was until he was already a
Until
prince from the genie.
That's
yeah,
right. Yeah.
And then when that happens, he don't know who Jafar is. Jafar knows who the fuck he is. Like
yeah,
I like what they did with Diago. Diago talks, but he's not really a talking parrot. That's cool because it's realistically is a parrot that
Yeah.
repeats words. Cool. But that
yeah.
whole shit, Will Smith killed it. Will Smith killed it. He
Yeah.
did his
He did.
after
That's it. Yeah, he was good.
Robin Williams and it being a cartoon, Will Smith did the best that there is. I feel like and nobody could have portrayed that as good as Will Smith did. He did
Yeah.
good with it, But the whole other movie, man, I'm like, yo, y'all just destroying everything. Like Jasmine saying that Jasmine didn't want no servants. Why she's cool with
Yeah.
a servant? She don't want none of that. Like, what is wrong with y'all?
I
The,
like yeah,
the
even
whole Aladdin movie,
when
It
she
was just
pretended to
weird.
be the servant, it was like my name is Dahlia. I don't remember her. I was like, I had the in the beginning. I did when I first
She
seen
never
it,
said that.
and she said her name was Dahlia. I said,
yeah.
did
Yeah.
they change the princess name? Ain't it Jasmine? And then it was that to realize she was the servant. And I get like you said, I did get that they wanted to add their own little spin on it, and I get that part. But like the story, some things you just stay true to the storyline, and that's the only issue I had with it. But I liked the letter. I thought it was crazy. I didn't have to get through it. I watched it straight through. I watched both of them straight through, but I'm a cartoon fanatic. Christina,
Mm.
Yeah. So I agree with a lot of
where's
what
your
y'all was
book?
saying. For huh?
Where's your
Where's your
book?
book?
Where's your book?
Oh,
No
see, I
notes.
didn't. I didn't have to. I didn't have to. I didn't have to. Um, I didn't have to. But no, I actually agree with a lot of the things y'all was saying on both ends. Boo Boo, I definitely agree with I'm sorry, the Lion King situation. How like because it was a cartoon, they had so many more opportunities to go where they wanted to go with it. However, when we're talking about live action, it's a lot different because they're using like they're using real animals and how they would really act in like a situation like that. You know what I mean? So me personally though, I have to say that I like the cartoon version of Aladdin more than I like the movie Aladdin. And I kind of like the live action Lion King more than I like the cartoon. I wasn't mad at the changes they did with Lion King. I thought it was like a pretty dope move. However, when it comes down to Aladdin and the live action, I felt as if they spent more time, money, and effort on the genie.
The genie. Yep.
That's what I felt. I
Mm-hmm.
felt like they wasted so much time trying to perfect the genie that they kind of forgotten about the other cast and the movie as a whole. Because I think, Will Smith, he is a powerhouse, and I'm not saying anything, but I'm sure when people found out Will Smith was the one playing the genie, they was like, I'm booking my tickets. We going. We finna watch this
Yeah.
movie, and that's how it went. So I think Will Smith is a powerhouse. He can definitely bring in money, and it showed. They spent a lot of time,
Yeah.
money, and effort in perfecting the genie than anything else. So I like the cartoon version of Aladdin a lot better than I did the live action. And I wasn't mad at the live action Lion King. So yeah,
Okay. What about you, Boo Boo? Which one you like better?
he already
Well,
said it.
I love the Lion King. Aladdin is shit.
The, no, I'm saying the live action. No, I'm saying which one was better,
Oh,
the cartoon version
um,
or the? Because nobody said that.
I'm gonna stick. With Lion King. It's neck and neck. I'm gonna stick with the cartoon because I am a person. Like, is the original? So nothing beats
Yeah,
the original. But like, I feel
yeah,
like
Yeah.
the live action is right there with the original.
yeah,
Do you
yeah,
understand? But when it comes to Aladdin, cartoon Aladdin all day. That
yeah.
remake shit.
Same,
They needed they need to
same.
remake
I'm
the
a,
remake.
I'm gonna have to say the same thing with Lion King. They neck and neck to me. I'm not a cartoon person, and if I could say Lion King is neck and neck like that, come on. And then I'm definitely not a cartoon person, but if I could say Aladdin cartoon is better than the live version, yeah, I watch the
Um.
Yeah.
Aladdin cartoon all day, every day before I watch the live action one.
Shit, I'm about to go watch it right now.
Me. I like both of the live actions. I like them both. But
Mhm.
I'm with Boo Boo as far as I'm the original. The cartoon is always better. I like the cartoon better. Live action was real. I like both of them. I thought they were really good. They had their they had their little flaws in it. Mine with the my biggest part that I was missing from the Lion King was when Simba looked in the ground in the water and seen Mufasa, and
His
then he
father,
looked up at
yeah,
the sky and he seen Mufasa. I wanted them to still put him to see Mufasa. That bothered
Yeah,
me. But I was like, at the end of the day, like I said, so they did their little thing on it, so you can't. But I always cartoons better. So
hmm. And I also have to give credit where credit is due. Like I really enjoy that, in Lion King, they really stuck to truth when it comes down to like the lionesses and the lions.
Yeah,
Um, because that's how it really is in real life. Like you will never see a lion, king of the jungle, walking around with a bunch of other male lions. You know what I mean?
oh no,
He's
they
true.
don't. But
always
it was like
surrounded
that in the
by
movie too.
female lionesses. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I like
Yeah,
how
it's
they
always
did
like that.
that. You said what?
But it's like that in the cartoon too. The cartoon is the
No,
same
that
way.
No, and that's what I'm
no, but
saying. I
that's what
like
she's
how they
saying though. Like
stuck.
it's
I like how they
like
Yeah, no,
stuck
basically,
that
like
to
to the reality. Like
that.
they
Lion
kept
King
it real
basically
life.
stuck.
Because they could have
Yeah, they kept
easily
it to the
switched it
story.
up. I think they really could have easily switched it up, but they didn't.
They,
why
Nah,
we all frozen? Oh,
no, you frozen.
Am I frozen?
okay.
No.
no,
Oh, okay. So with
All
that
right.
I
being
thought we
So
were all
said, we're
frozen
gonna
for a minute.
go ahead and transition into our second topic. Which Spider-Man is the best? Whew. Which Spider-Man out of the original Tobey Maguire Spider-Man? Uh, I don't know the second. What is it? The Amazing Spider-Man. What was him? What was his
I forgot
name?
his name. I forgot his
Yeah,
name.
it's really
and
not that
Tom Holland.
important. Tommy
What?
Holland
Is
is
Tom
next
Holland's
on
the
the
last one?
Spider-Man. Tom Holland,
Is
and
the
then
last one?
Miles Morales. This should be
And Miles
interesting.
Morales.
This
I'm
should
going
Um,
be
Tom
very.
Hollands, baby. And the reason why
I
I'm
went
going
through.
Tom Hollands, I'm not taking nothing from Miles Morales because you know what? That was a great cartoon, but we're comparing real people in animation. That's what I had to tell Ashley.
Mm-hmm.
the yesterday because she's like, no, Miles Morales was great. I said, yeah, it was great. The voice acting was great, but the
Mm-hmm.
animation is a cartoon.
See, but
Like
I
it's a
saw past
cartoon
the
versus real
animation
people.
because I was getting, even with the animation, at the end of the day, he's still a lot powerful than
Yeah,
whatever
no,
it
no,
is that they
I'm
got
not
But see,
going
this
taking.
is
on
where,
as
okay, so
I'm not
this is
taking
where
nothing from.
live action.
this is
I'm not
where
taking
I
nothing from
have
it.
this is where I have the issue with that topic because with this topic, are we comparing the movie
What we doing? We
or the
should have did
actor?
this
Because if
before
you're
we started
comparing
this
the
live
actor,
stream.
I agree with Boo Boo. The you can't put an animated character because he was digitalized. You understand what
Huh?
I'm saying?
No, but his
So,
powers is still the
but
I didn't
same.
do it.
His
no. But
powers is
there's
still
no
the same.
power. This is my saying. Here's what I'm saying. If you're comparing an actor, there's no power. You understand what I'm saying? If you're saying the actor who played him, they acted as in a scene. If I'm judging on the
Okay, okay,
actor,
I see what
who's
you're
the
saying.
better
I see what you're
actor, you
saying.
see
So
what
we're
I'm
not
saying?
necessarily talking
He's not
But
about
acting.
I thought I
the
told you this
movies,
yesterday.
but we're talking
Who's
about
the
who
That's
best
what I'm
played
saying.
Spider?
So
the better
The best
the
Spider-Man.
best
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, not the actor.
Okay.
So
Well,
Not the
not the actor, the
actor.
best Spider-Man.
Yeah, the
the
Oh,
best
not the
Spider-Man.
actor
actor.
of
All
the
right.
Spider-Man or the Spider-Man
No,
himself?
who was Spider Man? Period. Spider Man. No actors.
What
They ain't no
Spider-Man
Tom Hollands. They
period?
ain't no.
I'm
Yeah,
still
these are
going
all
for
Peter Parker.
Homecoming.
It's always gonna be Miles Morales.
As
Y'all
Miles
keep
Morales. Yeah.
forgetting that
Nah,
Miles Morales. Listen, Miles Morales' story is on a whole different situation.
I
A
am.
lot of these characters, their powers stems from technology. I hate that. I hate that with a passion because it takes away from the imaginary aspect of it. Miles Morales actually has
Spider-Man was big.
powers. He can turn invisible. He can electrocute people. He has super strength, speed, agility, all of that stuff. If we're talking about what Spider-Man is best, it's always gonna be Miles Morales.
Yeah.
It,
Miles Morales do.
Always.
Miles Morales. Because you got to think about it. The other Spider Mans. They they they
If it wasn't for
they can't
technology,
even
where
they
would
can't
they
even
be?
shoot the webs. They can't even shoot the webs out their skin after a certain amount of time. That they got to
hold on.
make the little web
Exactly.
shooter.
Hold on.
Miles
Toby
Morales
Exactly.
Maguire.
got other powers.
Toby Maguire wasn't a web shooter. He was straight out his skin. He
Yeah.
wasn't
All
a
right.
web
So
shooter.
he could shoot it straight out of
The
his skin.
other the
But
other
Miles
ones, yes, I could
Morales,
understand that.
Now the
Miles
original
Morales
But this
still
is
has
my
Spider-Man,
thing.
other powers.
yeah.
But here's my thing. If the storyline for all of them is similar, right?
Hmm.
It's
Well, because I
similar,
didn't
but
see,
it's
I
different.
watched
It's
the
similar, but
story.
it's
The
different.
whole
You
storyline for
said
all of them
they're
is they got bit
similar?
by the spider. Yeah, they all
Yes.
got
Yeah.
bit by the spider, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
So,
Uh huh.
okay, because now I guess more that goes into comics because I never read the comics. I only know Spider Man from the movies. I don't know nothing about the comics. And y'all
All
told me
right.
don't call my Spider Man Connect. So I didn't call my Spider Man Connect to find out the information so I could,
You
Oh,
should
girl,
have.
you should
because I
have
was going to call
still
my
called
Connect.
your Spider-Man Connect to get extra
Listen,
background check.
Yeah,
Like,
they
you
did
should have
what they
called
did
them
with Miles Morales. They
Huh?
upgraded the Spider-Man's bike from what he was from what other ones. No, but he took over because if you saw the beginning of the movie, he took over once the things hit. The Spider-Man told him to take care of everything.
as he
So
went
Yeah.
he's
out to
more.
go fight the bigger
Yeah,
fight. Yeah, he
yeah,
stayed behind and took
yeah.
care of the neighborhood. He was the
yeah.
friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Hmm.
They gave him more powers because you can't give him the same thing as all the Peter Parkers. Because everybody that was in the other thing was Peter Parker. He was the only real different
Even the
one
guy
like
who
that.
was drunk with Peter Parker that he had to go back and get. He was
Oh,
Yeah,
Peter
you talk
Parker.
about
Yeah.
the movie one? He was the original one. He was portraying the first Spider-Man. Wasn't he the Spider-Man one from the
Peter
live
Parker.
action?
Yeah.
so the
Yeah,
Tobey
he was
Yeah.
Maguire one, I
He
think it
was
portraying the
was.
drunk.
first
He was
Spider-Man.
drunk.
I think that was interesting too. Like he turned out to be a drunk, like all of that. So
Hmm.
Yeah.
I find that to be like, damn, like
It's different,
okay, I
different
fuck with it.
universes.
Different
Yeah.
universe,
That's
See,
different
this
that's
thing.
is where
that's the part about
I
it.
get
That
lost with that whole thing. I don't know,
uh,
like, to me, when I was looking at the actors, I like
Hmm.
the Homecoming guy, Spider Man, for better because I like the fact that he was young.
Can
No,
you
but
block
listen,
this out, boo
listen to me.
boo?
No, you don't need to block it out.
Do
I
not
like that
like
he was
him.
young. No, but I like that. You know what I like about him? He was just young. I like the fact that they brought it a little. They made them because even I used to watch the other ones. He was in high school. Like when I watched the other one, he was in high school with Peter Parker, and then he went and he was trying to live his life, and he was now in the big city, and he's. I didn't like that. You know what I mean? I like the fact that what's the young guy's name?
Which one? Tom
Tom
What's his
Holland?
Holland.
name?
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. Okay, whatever. I like him because it seemed like they were young. Aunt May wasn't this old grandmother. You understand what I'm saying? She was a young woman raising her nephew, which is more realistic. That's how I looked at it.
Yeah.
Now I like what I liked about Miles Morales was the fact that he was mixed. Because I thought that was kind of cool. You brought in a child,
Yeah.
you know that I thought about it, but I thought we see it when it comes to the whole Spider-Man category. I'm not good with that because the storyline to me seems the same.
They're not.
It all
They're
seems
not.
the same.
It's different.
They're
It's
not the
different.
same. Not even the
It's different.
movies. Not even the live action movies are the
I would
They
same.
all
rather them
got
had
bit by
did.
the spider.
That's true.
Yeah, but
But
everybody
I
got
have
bit
to
by a
say
spider,
something
and
though,
it's
Lord,
different.
because like when you say Tom Holland, you address the fact that he was young. I don't ever recall a time where Spider-Man was like a young high school kid.
But he
Yes.
Spider-Man
I
that
can't
was.
hear
I
you. What?
remember
Yes.
growing up, he was a teenager very much in junior or senior year. Like, I don't like the
No,
idea that he's this young freshman in high school, and I feel
He
like who are
is.
you catering to? Like, I don't.
Spider
I'm sorry,
Spider
I don't
Man.
like my Spider-Man that young and naive and stuff. Like,
Spider
no,
Man
I feel like
and a lot of the
Marvel
comic
did
books.
that to cater to the kids.
Spider
Yeah,
Man
but
and the comic books. That's why I was trying to. That's why it was hard for me to understand what how Joey wanted the
yeah,
question to be interpreted because Spider Man. You got to remember, there's different type of Spider Mans. They're all Peter Parker, except for like I think like one or two,
Except Miles
but
Morales.
they're all Spider Man. But there's you got
Hmm.
the Spider Man, you got Spider Man, you got the Amazing
Homecoming
Spider Man,
Spider-Man.
you got Spider Man and friends who are all Spider Man, different personalities. Like there's one Spider Man that he don't even worry about Mary Jane. Mary Jane is actually going out with Flash, and he's going out after this blonde head chick. I forgot her name. You understand? It's all alternate. They all alternate realities. It's all
Yeah.
Spider Man, but what if this was a little tweaked out? That's why when it came to portraying the Spider Man, I felt like Tom Holland did the better one because his Spider Man that he portrayed was the
Hmm.
young like he's not taking nothing serious. Everything's a joke.
young. Yeah,
Yeah, like
He's
when it came to
corny.
Mysterio, when Mysterio was
Corny.
fighting that big ass water hydro nigga, he told Mysterio,
yeah.
hey, let me help you. I'm super strong and I stick to things. That's a reality like
Corny.
that. But that
that's
was
the young.
his
That's the.
character.
That's the.
You
Yeah, but that's
understand?
the
In
young
the
thing.
comic books, that was his character. That's
No,
how his
no, no,
character
no, boo.
was.
Hold on.
Hmm.
I have to come in. I have to come in because you mentioned comic books. You know I'm gonna say I have to say it, but Homecoming Spider-Man in the comics was Miles Morales. There was no
Yeah.
Tom Holland Spider-Man in Homecoming Spider-Man. They yet again Marvel snatched their opportunity up and gave it to somebody else. But in the comics, the Homecoming Spider-Man that you know as Tom Holland is
I'm far from
Miles
home.
Morales'
I know that.
story. That's his story. But they
Oh,
got
I didn't know
Tom
that.
Holland playing it.
I gotta
Yeah.
look at it. I didn't
Because
know
they
that.
was trying to what they was trying to do is they was trying to because when Tobey Maguire did Spider Man, he was supposed to be in the MCU. Some happened between that thing and they took him out. So they had
Because
to put a
Marvel
Spider
didn't
Man.
own the rights. Sony owned the rights.
Yeah, so they had to put a Spider Man somewhere in the MCU, and that's where Tom Holland came in. Spectacular. I mean, Amazing Spider Man was never going to be in the MCU. He's a whole different Spider Verse.
Hmm.
Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man. And I find it that nobody mentioned him yet.
Amazing Spider-Man
I
actually. The thing is, with
he
Amazing Spider-Man, people actually die in Amazing Spider-Man. The Amazing Spider-Man is more realistic. People actually die. Like there's people
Yeah.
that he don't save that actually die. Like he almost kills Kingpin because Kingpin Kingpin killed somebody. Like the Amazing Spider-Man is more for the mature, older,
Isn't that Amazing
Sorry.
aged
Spider-Man the
people.
one where Mary Jane dies, right?
No, he
Yeah.
doesn't.
She died.
Yeah,
That's the one
she
where
does
she
No,
die.
died.
As a matter of fact, yeah.
And he
the girl does,
snaps
but I
her
don't think
back.
her name is.
She died in the
But
It
I don't
was
think her
Mary
second.
name was.
Jane. He snaps
No,
her back. Yeah, he snaps her
No.
back.
But
What?
her name wasn't Mary Jane. It was Gwendolyn.
but yeah, it was Gwendolyn. That's
Thank
right, because
you.
Mary J was going
Gwendolyn.
out with
It was
Flash.
Gwen.
Yeah,
Mary J was going out
that's
with
the whole.
Flash.
That's the whole different thing that's going on right there.
That's the
That's
one
what
he
Google
killed
was
her
Yeah.
talking
for
about.
because she hit her
Yeah,
head
he
on the
killed
thing
her.
when he snapped her back. Oh,
And
okay,
her
I
Mm-hmm.
remember
pops
that
was a cop. Well, her pops was a cop, but that's what I was gonna say. Like they took certain things with certain Spider-Mans and they put it from certain different places. Like Gwendolyn's pops was a cop,
one.
And then I was watching
Yeah.
Into the Spider Verse, and Miles Morales, his father's a cop. His father hates Spider-Man. In Amazing Spider-Man, her father was a cop, and he hated Spider-Man. Like, who the hell is this dude? Like, it was so similarities. They're trying to put
Yeah.
everything together. But I would love them to do a Miles Morales like live action. I want to see somebody who play that to play
Nah,
that
I think
role.
they
And
should
they
leave it as the
better
cartoon.
do it right.
Nah,
They
I
better
think they should
do
leave
it
it at the
right too.
cartoon.
They better do it
Now,
right.
because if they leave it as a cartoon, like Christina said, they took Homecoming away from Miles Morales.
Yeah, but Miles Morales isn't born yet in real life. They ain't a kid
He
in the
is
world that I
born
could
in
think
real
of.
life. They
I,
met.
I don't think
Hold
there's a
on,
kid
hold on,
born.
because if you remember, hold on, because if you remember in the first Homecoming Spider-Man, Miles Morales is mentioned. That was an Easter egg in the movie.
No, but
Childish Gambino is his
I'm talking about
uncle.
Childish Gambino as Miles Morales. Nah, I wouldn't do it.
Yes.
I wouldn't do it. I like Childish
No, no,
Gambino.
no. Listen,
I
listen.
like
I'm not
Danny
saying
Glover.
for him to play him. I'm saying Miles Morales
Oh, that he
was
mentioned it.
name drop. Like it was an Easter egg in the Homecoming Spider-Man when they were having that conversation, and
Oh no.
Childish Gambino was like, "Yeah, Miles, my nephew Miles, he lives in that community and something something."
Oh
But
yeah,
Miles
no.
Morales was
When I
kid.
said that, what I mean is there isn't an actor alive right now that I think could portray Miles
Miles
Morales the
Morales.
way. Yeah.
Yes, there are plenty. Yes,
What kid
there are.
actor?
Yes, there are.
What actor? Name one.
Listen, there's plenty, and this is the thing that I have with Hollywood. I feel like this is the issue that I have with Hollywood. I feel like everything with Hollywood is very much white and black. There are plenty of Hispanic Miles Moraleses running around here that they could easily snatch up and be like, here you go. This is your role. You are Miles Morales.
You know what? I'm gonna
I
tell
do not
Carlos
need
to
them
audition.
whitewashing him, and I do not need them
Nah,
blackwashing him.
because
I
Miles
need
So
Morales
them
was
to
a
find a
kid.
Miles
He's
Morales,
like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
but
well,
you
Carlos
and
is
you
Carlos
asked
could
who
probably do it.
could, and
He could
it's
probably do it.
crazy
He
because
should.
I actually posted on Instagram like there was
they cool.
a list of cast or actors that I felt could definitely play the role of Miles Morales. Uh, Jerome Jarrett. I know y'all know who Jerome is. Jerome Jarrett. He played in When They See Us. Jerome
What they
Gerard.
see us? Yeah.
The old
All
buddy who
right.
played Corey Wise. He's
No.
Afro
Hell no.
Latino. No,
Yeah,
but I'm
but as Miles
saying
Morales, nah.
there are plenty of
Yeah.
Hispanic
There's people.
actors who can easily get
But now
this
That's true.
that's
role.
the thing. That's the thing. There's a lot of people out there, but you got to get the right person to portray the right
I
thing.
know, and
And I don't think
I
there's
wasn't
somebody out there
saying
right now. I don't
there
Carlos,
think there's
is
somebody
somebody.
out there right now.
Listen. I'm gonna screenshot and I'm gonna
Carlos.
send you pictures. I'm gonna send you
All
pictures.
right.
I do not know these actors by name, but trust and believe me, there are a
It gotta
group of
go.
I just
It gotta
told
go.
you who could do it.
that can definitely play
Carlos.
Miles Morales.
Carlos can do it.
But
He's
we're not
half
just talking
black and
about
Spanish.
looks and or I mean not just by looks and what their race is. We got to also talk about their
Hold
personality and
on,
their
boo,
acting
because I'm
skills.
sorry, but you can't say that. You cannot say that because
Why not?
representation. matters. And this is our
Yeah,
opportunity.
but I
This
wouldn't
is
just
our
take
opportunity
any kid that's
to
Hispanic or
finally
black and
have
throw it in there
a
that can't
fucking
act.
Hispanic in the MCU.
This is a great
Listen, listen,
opportunity.
I know that,
This is a
but
great
it
opportunity,
matters.
but
It matters.
Listen,
this is a
we have
great
a bunch
opportunity,
of cousins
but
It
that can play
matters.
that role. I have my nephews.
Representation is everything.
My
And I
nephew
know if
Sekou could
they
play
get
the
the
role.
right Miles Morales, you don't think
Mm-hmm.
New York City gonna show up and show out?
I
Listen,
hope so.
I would put Sekou.
I hope.
I would put Carlos because Gabe to me.
Baby, them cousins cannot act yet. We can't get them in there yet. We can't
Who
get them in there yet.
Sekou? Sekou's the biggest actor in the
Yes,
world.
Seiko is how old?
Yes.
We being realistic
Sekou.
now. Seiko is how
No,
old?
I'm being realistic. He'll sit there
Sekou
and
is
cry
11,
on
about to be
cue.
11.
He'll
11
cry
years
on
old,
cue.
Louis.
Yes.
We know.
Miles was a
Listen. We
kid.
get off topic. We get off
Yeah,
topic.
we
We
are
get
getting
off
on
topic.
topic.
We get off.
But
We get
Listen,
off
I just
topic.
want them
I
to
like
do
this.
him right. I don't
If
want
they
if
wanted
they
the
do this
best
live
Spider-Man,
action. I
yes,
don't want
the Miles was the best. But if you're talking about actor-wise, I would have to give it to Tom Holland.
Okay,
But
the
boo boo.
Spider Man
Homecoming
wise,
Spider-Man
I'm going.
Miles.
But when it comes to
Spider-Man
Spider
would be
Man,
Miles.
if we
It would
just
be
going with
Miles.
Spider
Nah,
Man,
I
I'm
say the
going with
first one.
Miles.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
I
going
picking
with
think
If
Miles
we
too.
Miles.
talking about purely what character played their
we're
Spider-Man the
both
best,
giving. They're giving both options. They're
We
giving their
I'm
both
we
giving
we.
both.
choices.
I
I'm
said
going
Go
off
ahead, boo.
of
I hear you.
oh okay, go ahead.
when it's just Spider Man. We're not judging the actors or anything. Spider Man. I'm going Miles Morales. Miles Morales just got the edge, and
I said
Miles
the same thing.
Morales is the one. But when
Yeah,
we talking
but
about
Hold on,
actors,
did y'all not fuck with his costume? Like, bitch, I'm
now
finna
that
put you
costume
in
was
whatever
fire.
costume.
That costume was
They
fire.
all come up with a
That was a
homeless
But
costume
when
first.
fire
it comes
costume.
when it comes to the actors though, I have to eliminate Miles Morales just off the simple fact is an animation
It
and
was
it's
an
not a real live
animation.
action person. And
Yeah.
I gotta give it to Tom Holland. Tom Holland did the best one.
Mm.
Not taking nothing from the first one. I forgot his
Toby?
name.
Toby, Toby
Tobey
Maguire.
Toby,
Maguire.
cause he was the start of it.
Toby
If it
Maguire.
wasn't for
Toby
Toby, if it
Maguire.
wasn't for Toby Maguire doing what he did as Spider Man, we probably would have Spider Mans that we got coming now. But
Not
Miles Morales, I
necessarily
mean not
because
Miles
they just
Morales.
got hold on, boo boo, because they just got the rights for Spider-Man. They just now, Marvel is
Yes.
just now being able to use him. And
Yeah,
that came out of price. So back then when the first Spider-Man came out, Marvel did not own him. So they couldn't do nothing with him even if they wanted to. That was
yeah, but
solely
Toby,
based
but
off of
Toby, but
Sony.
Toby, but Toby Maguire being the first Spider Man, he set
Mhm.
up, he set
To the
The
president.
path.
what you call it?
He set a
He set a
bar, but
level.
it
He
wasn't
set a
high
bar.
enough.
So
It
they
wasn't
couldn't
high
just
enough for
say
Marvel.
anybody couldn't just sit there and say, "Hey, I want to be Spider Man" and be Spider Man. Now you got to match Toby or better. You understand? And that's what he did. He set
Tom
that
Holland
bar,
did not compete
and
with
Tom
Toby
Holland's. I
Maguire.
think Tom Holland's past that. I think
Tom Holland,
Tom
Me
Holland's
yes,
the
was the
better.
best
personally, I think when it
actor.
comes down to Spider-Man, it's always gonna be Miles Morales. He's the strongest. He's most powerful. They better not fuck him up in this movie. I don't want him being the shadow. I don't want him being second command to Spider-Man. I don't want Spider-Man to be the one to give him his superpowers. I don't want none of that shit. I don't want none of it. Stick to the
So you make the
story,
movie.
get it right, and let's do the damn thing.
Yeah,
Homecoming. I mean, Miles Morales is a better Spider-Man. However, when it comes down to the live action, I think the first one, is a lot better because of the simple reason is I just felt like it was raw. Like the acting was raw. It wasn't. He wasn't trying to be funny. He wasn't trying to please the audience, but he was more so just telling a story, and the audience could
Yeah.
just sit back and watch him tell that story. I felt
Yeah.
his acting was a little better than Tom Holland's acting. Y'all don't remember that scene when he was stopping the train and motherfucker was stretching? Those facial expressions, those tears, you could see the
You're right.
pain in his
But
face.
what
When
about
it
the split of
comes
the
down to
ferry? What about the split
acting,
of the ferry?
the what?
The split of the ferry.
The split of the McFlurry.
What happened?
The split of the
Hello?
ferry, the Staten Island ferry.
You talking about in the first? It was not on a acting level like Toby Maguire's acting level. No, it was not. In fact, that was a whole copy of the first movie. They took that whole idea from the first movie.
Yes. It
Yes,
was
and
supposed to
it
be
was
a reboot
booty
for the
meat.
first
It
movie.
was booty meat. I'm sorry, but I do not like this Tom Holland Spider-Man. He is so irrelevant.
We'll put him in charge.
Why is he relevant right
Okay, well
now?
now it's my turn. It's my turn, so we can move on from this subject. It's my turn.
Yeah.
I go. I mean, I can go with the whole. I don't know too much about Miles Morales other than what I see in the movie, so I can go. I guess he's a better one if you go with the whole Spider-Man theory. Not sure about it. Not really 100% sure. I can understand where y'all coming from based on what y'all telling me. However, I do agree. I like as far as the actor, the the young guy. What's his name? The one you don't like, Christina?
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland.
Tom
Tom
Holland.
Holland. Yeah.
Yes, I like him.
What
I
about him
like
is
the kid.
likable? He's not like them jokes
You
is
know what?
not.
Okay, so no, can you stop interrupting everybody when they talk about it? Because that's why you're not listening. I like the fact that I like that he was immature. I like that. I like the seeing that he was immature. I like that he was naive when it came to certain things. You know, I never seen the Far From Home one, but I seen it today, and I like that. I like watching the way he played it. He just seemed more relatable, in my opinion.
To
Yeah,
who,
he just
Laura?
seemed more. Not as far as I liked him being a young kid. I like that part about it. Even when I watched him in the Avengers, I liked the way he was just like, I'm here. You know what I mean? He wasn't the type of person to be like, oh yeah, I got all these things. You know, he's not. He wasn't growing up. He's growing, and I like that about it. I feel like they could go further with it with him. Now, if you said what you said is true, that he came from the whole, that's the whole Miles Morales story, then when they do his story, it'll hopefully be better. But I think we should move on to the next subject. But I don't know where Joey
Stop.
went. Joey,
He muted his mic.
I know he muted his mic, but he could hear me.
Stop.
Not Joe.
Yeah, I heard you. I
All
heard
right,
you. So we're
Christina,
going to the
we
next
we gonna
subject.
move on. Let's go to the relationship
All right,
question.
so we're gonna get down to the nitty gritty with the
Dun, dun,
relationship
dun, dun,
question
dun.
for this week. But I wanted to switch it up because, like, I ain't been in too many relationships. So I think this time I'm gonna come at y'all with some advice instead. So
You
I
giving
don't know
advice or
about
you
y'all.
asking
When
advice?
it comes down to me and dating, I am very picky and choosy as fuck. However, I'm currently in a entanglement with somebody that I am dating is somebody that's giving me good sex.
Two separate people.
There is going to be a time
Separate people. Two separate people.
Two separate
Two.
people.
two separate people. Yeah. One is giving and you want to know what's crazy? I
I'm
haven't
not
One is
even
judging.
Augustina and one
I
is
haven't
Will
I'm
Smith. One is
you
Augustina.
I'm not judging.
no.
I'm not judging.
So
I
the
no
one that
judge.
I'm dating, the guy that I'm dating or like getting to know on that level, I have not
Okay.
had sex with him. However, the
Take it
dude
out.
that is giving
Go
me
use
good
bathroom
sex,
now.
if he called, I'm on my
Clearly.
way. If he called, I'm on my way. That's one.
You and your father,
So
bro.
I don't know. My question is, should I feel some type of way about the situation that I'm in? Because me, honestly, I feel like it's a win-win. I found the guy that gives me the best sex, and I found the guy who treats me like the queen that I am. Like this man will sweep the floor in order for me to walk on the shit. You feel what I'm saying? That sort of thing. Like, and I don't want to give them up. I don't want to give neither one of them up. So, am I being selfish
Yes.
for not
She ain't finished her
wanting
question, Macho.
to give them up? Like, how so? I found a guy. See, because I haven't had sex with the guy that I'm dating yet. So, like, I don't want to be like, oh shit, all right, let me cut old buddy off the other dude so that, just to find that when we do have sex, if I do ever decide to, it's disappointing. I done gave up
Okay.
some good dick for somebody that I didn't
Okay,
even
okay.
know that could deliver the way
Go
he
ahead,
delivers.
Joey.
You know what I mean? So
Go
like,
ahead, Joey. Macho. Go ahead, bro.
I've been in your situation. I've
okay,
been in your situation
okay.
where I had, girls, thing. The problem is his feelings are going to get involved. If this dude is
With
feeling you,
who?
treating you like a queen, if the dude is
Both
feeling
of
you,
them.
treating you like a queen, his feelings gonna get involved. Even if you have sex with him and he turns
But I'm
around and
not,
he's not,
because I don't want
and
to.
he's
Is it weird that I don't want to have sex with
okay.
him? Like,
Listen,
I would
listen,
very
listen,
much
hey,
rather have sex with the other
Listen,
guy.
listen. You have to listen,
listen,
Linda.
listen.
Listen, Linda.
You may not want to have sex with him, but he's waiting to have sex with you.
Yeah.
And the more you don't have sex with him, the more he's going to try, and he's going to get his feelings hurt if you sit there and keep dragging him along and not giving him that.
But it's not like that though. Like, we
You
haven't
But
okay?
listen,
gotten
listen,
on that.
listen. You want
Is he in
advice
love?
and you keep talking.
You
He
think he's
was
not in love with you?
finished.
No.
He was
You think he's
finished
not in
saying
love
what
with
he
you?
had to say.
You don't think
You
he's in
said
love
what?
with you? You don't think he's in love with you?
Her, we're just enjoying each other's ambiance.
Well, okay.
Okay.
Can
I
I start?
Eventually, go ahead, Laura. Go ahead,
Yeah, we
Laura. Do
just
it.
kicking
Let
it.
me let me cut you
I
off.
like how I
Let me
feel
say to
when
you.
I'm with him. Like,
You haven't been in many relationships, right?
oh,
I, Joey, and Boo Boo have been in probably way more than you individually, let
probably.
alone combined. I'm gonna
Okay.
start by saying that treating you like a queen is so he could get some. That is
Mm.
his real. That's his realistic intention.
Even if he hasn't
No, no,
made
no,
that
no, no,
move.
no. Shh, 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 shh. Listen,
Shh.
I want you to listen. You're
Listen.
not listening.
Listen.
You're doing
Let's
this.
Next
listen.
Stop
question,
trying to
y'all.
explain. I'm telling you the reality of some shit. Every man is beautiful in the beginning because they're trying to get some. So I'm gonna treat you like the queen you are till you give me what I want. Now, if he don't like what he get, he gonna act up. He gonna stop doing it. So now you have to then determine, because your goal in life is to be with somebody who gives you everything. You can't have two people giving you two different things, because eventually the other guy who's the king that you basically friend zoned, because that when you say you don't want to give him none, you friend zoned him. So the one
Exactly.
you friend zone eventually is gonna be like, yo, I'm wasting my time. I could be treating somebody giving me some like that. Don't you keep saying no, this is reality. Now, the one who giving you the good dick, I didn't mean to say it like that, him, you need to see how you can make him transition into the sweetheart that you need him to be. Because guess what's gonna happen? You can't have the best of both worlds. So either you're gonna get some good loving, you can't, because if even if you eventually, the guy who is being treating you like the queen you are, he will eventually stop giving you that same energy when he is investing time, because like we said, feelings get involved. So if he's really into you, if he's like, yo, I really like Shorty, she kind of cool, I can fuck with her, right? He's investing his time, he's giving you energy, but he's doing all this with the understanding that eventually y'all gonna be okay. That's all in his head. That's in the head. It's always gonna be in the head. However, if you in your head is never to give him none, then eventually he's gonna push the issue a little bit here, push the issue, but eventually he's gonna be like, damn, like he's gonna start feeling one, you're not into him. And if he feels like you're not into him, he's gonna any man is gonna fall back. Men don't handle rejection well at all. 120% men do never handle rejection well. Women are more likely to still maintain a situationship than men. A man, the minute he try to get, the minute he put it out there, like, Chris, Christina, you're not into me, and you like, well, yeah, I like you. You're really nice. He be like, but we not being physical, and you like, I'm not ready for that. He gonna be like, oh, you not ready? Oh, okay. And then he gonna start finding somebody who's ready because he has needs. Okay, unmute her. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Unmute, unmute yourself.
They muted you. They mute you. Hit the mute button. Boo boo, unmute her.
Oh,
There
never
you go.
mind. Oh, all right, never mind. All right, so
You had to mute you. You talk too
I
much.
see what you're saying, Laura. I do see what you're saying about I can't have the best of both worlds, right? And maybe I didn't make it clear or explain the background of this situation. Like he is so fucking charming. And it's the goofy charming. The goofy charming that I like when it
I
comes
know
down
about that.
to a fucking man. Like he didn't come at me on no game shit. Like he ain't come at me in the sense of like I didn't get that vibes from him, Laura. And that's what I'm saying. Like I I'm
He has a
I'm
penis.
enjoying what we're
It's always
having,
their vibe.
but I'm
If
pretty
he has a
good.
penis, it's
Listen,
always their
I've been
vibe.
fucking around with men for long enough to know what it is that they want when they approach me. I listen,
Boo
especially
boo.
men that
Boo
deal with
boo.
me. I know what it
Boo
is.
boo. Listen. How old are you?
Oh, me,
How old are you? No, talking you, Christine. How old are you?
27.
I'm 37. I've been
Okay,
dating and fucking since I was 14.
okay.
I,
Same here.
all men want one
What we
thing.
want. That's what we want.
You got two
Listen,
men on the top that's gonna tell you I'm right. All men want
okay.
one thing. Everything after that is a bonus.
Hold on, Laura. Hold on,
A
hold on.
man
Okay,
will
but
go
Christina.
with
okay,
a
Hold on,
but
man
hold on,
will.
hold on,
okay,
hold on.
so let's
Cardi
Hold on,
B
say
hold on, hold
said
on.
it in that
we haven't
song.
even talked about
Hold on,
we
hold on, hold
haven't
on, hold on.
talked
What
about how
Cardi B said in the song, she said, "I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you how I got this ring." Everybody knows men want one thing. He will take a bitch that don't cook, that don't clean, that don't do laundry, that fights with his mama. If she is sucking and fucking like nobody knows their business, okay?
not
Any
all
man,
men are like that though, Laura. Not all men are like that.
99.9%.
Not
I
all.
my bestie,
Okay, but I'm not dealing with
my bestie. Listen,
99.9%. I'm dealing with that 1%.
no, not
I'm
what
Okay,
dealing with
okay,
I'm
okay,
dealing
ninety-nine point
okay.
with that
nine.
1%.
Listen. My bestie, Boo Boo and Macho have met him. My bestie, Goofy, everything you say. We be on the phone, and anytime he be like, "Yo, I just need a girl to suck my dick and give me a massage," all the time. Why is that? Because no matter how sweet he is, he's the epitome of
Okay,
I'll
so
send
have
you
you gave
flowers on
him?
random times. I'll
Okay,
treat
so
you
have
like
you
a
dated
queen.
him?
No, we don't do no. We don't do nothing. That's we friends.
Okay, so
I'm
why
saying
is
to
it that
you,
I can't have that same thing? Like
but me and him
we're
are
Okay, okay,
friends.
friends.
hold on,
Like
hold on.
we're
We
not
Hold
entered
on,
this
hold on, hold on, hold on,
situation
hold
as
on,
a
hold on, hold
friend.
on. Let me explain that to. Let me
If
explain that
he's
to.
okay with
Hold
this,
on.
y'all being friends,
Hold
then fine. He has to be okay
right.
with that situation though. You have to tell him I just want a friend with no benefits.
No, that I didn't
And then
have
he
to
gonna
tell him
say,
that. I didn't have to be like I didn't tell him that. I just told him that I was single, that I was single,
she
which
paused,
I
he
You didn't
froze.
tell
am.
him you wanted a
We're
friend.
involved and we're talking. We're in that talking
Okay,
situation.
but
And not
hold
only
on.
that, Laura, but we
Wait, no,
Christina,
no,
laughing
Boo
hold
Boo
on,
hasn't
hold
together.
on.
said
Like
nothing.
we about
It's
to
Boo
Hold
Boo
on,
turn,
hold on.
Macho.
Yeah, go ahead.
I
Mute
think
everybody. Go ahead, boo boo. Go ahead, boo boo.
your turn, Boo
Cause,
Boo. Boo Boo, we gotta hear what you gotta say. It's Boo Boo
but
turn.
go ahead.
All right. So I can only give you off of experience of what I went through. Let me tell you something. I know how to play.
I can't hear him.
I know how to play my role to the women, depending on how they are. I know how to act with hood rat
Can
bitches.
y'all
I know
hear
how to
him?
act
I
with classy
can't hear
bitches and booze.
him.
You can't hear me? All right.
I hear you.
I know how to play my
I
I
hear
know
you.
how
I
to
can
play my
hear him
role.
too.
Why
I
you
hear
can't hear
you.
me?
I hear boo boo.
Go out and come back in.
All right, I'm gonna
Go
leave.
out and come back in. Something wrong with her service.
Something wrong with her because she was
Yeah.
breaking up and going in and out like crazy.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
she keeps doing it. She couldn't hear me either at one time. So
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna spend about an hour on this. 'Cause excuse me. This is why I got off the camera the first time.
Goob's ass.
Um, this
Where's
is
she
a
at?
very interesting topic.
This is a
See,
good
come back
one.
here.
Nah, she's scared now.
This could
She
be a situation.
she calling her boo. Yo, is that the only thing you want from me? Yeah.
Yo, that's reality though. A lot of women make that mistake.
Mm-hmm.
They think that they be like, "Oh, he's the best in the." Okay, he want
There she go.
one thing. There you go.
Mm-hmm. You hear me
He
now?
want one thing. What, Laura? Go ahead, boo boo.
You.
You hear me? Alright.
Yeah.
So like I was saying, off of experience, I learned how to play my role depending on the woman that I'm talking to, right? Let me tell you something. That man is playing sweetheart, you know, future hubby and all that. That is for a reason. Now, I'm not saying that that's not in his character. I'm not saying that
I'm
that's
gonna
not
step
in
away
his
from you.
character. He may be that person, but there's a reason why he's doing it. Everybody, every man in the world, especially the ones that got their thing, they got their shit tickled before, want their shit tickled again. What you need to figure out, right? This is how I get out of the situation. This is how I figure out how to handle the situation. I put one in one hand, one in the other hand, right? And I sit there and say, which one will bother me more if they found out about the other and bounced? So with the one that treat me good, bother me more if he found out that I was fucking this dude and I was fucking him and he bounced, or with the one that's fucking me good, found out that I had a whole nother boyfriend on the side, bounce, would that bother me more? And that's how you'll be able to decide what it is you want to go in future reference. But don't think for a second that man is going to sweep your floor and drink your bath waters without expecting you to just a tip. Just put the tip.
He will.
You gonna get that
He
sooner or later.
will.
You gonna get it's just a tip. You gonna get that. You gonna get that remark sooner or later.
I think I
He's
read
just
that line
he's
so
just
many
played
lines,
this.
so many
He's
times.
played it
Just a tip.
smoothly. I'm telling you, man.
Just a tip.
He gonna invite you over for a night over just to watch Netflix, and I'm telling you, it's gonna be a good one. You
Yeah,
like,
and I
it's just a little,
haven't.
yeah, it's
I
gonna
haven't.
happen
I haven't.
now.
You don't think he's
Now,
invited me back to his place or
I'm more than sure he did.
he's
Hold
invited me
on,
to his place.
hold on.
He's invited me out. He's done all of that. However, I know how the game fucking works because I played it
Mm-hmm.
my damn self. I know how to make a man wait. I know how to make a man wait. And
Now,
seeing as though this situation is a little bit different, that's the only way I know how to go whenever it comes down to dating. However,
now,
your girl still got needs. She still got needs. And I would
But
rather get
hold on.
those needs from somebody that I know that can deliver and I could just
And you
chill
have
with the
and you have all right.
and I'm
No, and you have
out.
all right. You have all right because you're single and you're dating. There's a
Right,
difference. This dude,
right,
if his agenda is not to get sex from you, his agenda is to get into a relationship with you. And if his feelings turn around that he wants to be in a relationship, and like Boo Boo said, you have to now determine what's gonna hurt more.
I
Him
know, but then
leaving,
again, it's like we're not in a relationship. Like we're
yeah,
dating. So even
yeah, but
if it was a situation to where, me not necessarily wanting to give it up bothers him, then I'm okay with just walking away. I feel a little hurt. I feel some type of way, but we're just dating. It's not like we're in a committed
okay, but
relationship
okay,
and
and that's fine.
shit is huh?
That's fine. But eventually, like Boo Boo said, eventually
Eventually if
he's
that
going
time
to
comes,
yeah, he's gonna want some. because he's gonna want to know how far is this dating going to go. And trust me, I've been in a situation where I was the dude that I had to play my position. I was the guy that when I wanted some or a girl wanted some, and then it was due to me. You understand what I'm saying? I did that before. You got to learn how to play your role. But what happens? Eventually, you're gonna like that other person, or eventually you're gonna want this from this person. And if you can walk away from him and say that, oh, if he's not gonna respect me, I'm not giving him none, and you're gonna walk away, then that means you already made your decision. You already made your decision. You rather stay with the dude that's going to give you some and bounce, opposed to somebody that you understand? Because
This
he's in
is
a
just
friend
a
zone. He's gonna,
benefit situation.
yeah, but what's gonna happen when this dude wants to be that person?
Who the benefit
The,
dude?
the, no, the other
You
dude
talking
when he
about the
wants to be
other
that
dude?
person. Yeah,
Okay,
when he
but
wants
I
to be
feel
that
like
person.
when that time comes, it'll come. I feel like
Okay,
if I feel like we're moving
how long you
into
been
a
talking to him?
different,
How long you been talking to him?
situation, but I'm saying for now,
How
am
long you
I
been talking to him?
wrong for
How long you been?
feeling like
How
I
long you
could
been talking
have
to him?
my cake and eat it too?
You're dating. You're
That's
single
what
still.
this
You're
is
not in a
talking about.
relationship. You're in a relation. You're not
No,
in a
but I'm
relationship.
dating.
Yes, but you're not in a relationship.
How
See, it'd be
how long?
different if it was boo boo. You get what I'm saying? Or it'd be different if somebody was in a relationship and did that.
Right.
How long you been talking to dude? Not the one that you
How,
get sex from. The other dude.
It's been about a month. Been about a
Yeah,
month.
in about another month, he's gonna ask you for something.
I mean, but it's been two. Okay, so if that's the case, it's been 2 months since I've been held out. Like I don't see it to be,
He's
like
gonna ask you
okay,
for something
hey,
soon.
we have got to stop this pausing and leaving right in front of, right in the middle. Where did Laura
I don't
go?
know why Laura's on mute.
nah, Laura said she
Her
wants to go do
camera blocked
something.
off.
No, but what I'm saying to you is that eventually he's coming to you.
Right.
It's gonna happen
How
soon. He's
come
coming
what
to you.
is this?
He's going to come to you,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
and that's where you have to
But
make the
again, my
choice.
question was only seeing
You're
as though I
dating.
am very involved with two
You're
people.
single.
Am I
You're
Who
single.
wrong?
said that?
Should I feel some type of way that I'm
No,
doing this?
You
no.
said
Because
Booty,
I
get
You're
don't
out.
feel like I'm
single.
wrong in it, but I know it could
You're
be
single.
confusing, and I know
And
it can
you
cause.
should only feel some type of way if we're either one of them. If you get to a point where you want to be with both. If right now it is what the situation is all the situation's going to be. This one makes you feel like a queen. This one fucks you like a slut, and that's what you want. That's how you want it. That's it. Then fine. But if you sitting there saying, "Damn, I want to be with this one because this one, I see a little nice future," and you sit there and say, "I want to be with this one because you know." He got the potential, and he got the girth. Then you got to feel some type of way because then
Then
it's like
then
now
you're
you're
being
thinking
selfish.
further than what it is.
Yeah, you're
But
being selfish. Then.
right now is this one's gonna pay for me to get my feet done, and this one's gonna suck my toes. Fuck it. That's it. Leave it at that.
What?
And you should be fine with that. You shouldn't feel no type of way. Only
I
when
shouldn't.
it's going
I shouldn't feel
only when it's
type of
going
way.
past that. Only when it's going past that level what it is right
She might
now, then
she
you
might
gotta
be
sit
going
there.
past it. She might be going
Yeah,
And
past it.
it's
she
a
is.
little different
She
because
is.
I've never been involved with a guy who is charmingly goofy. Like I feel like that is my weakness right there. Like a charming, goofy ass dude. Like somebody to
Now
make
my
me
question
smile
to
and
you is,
laugh and do
hold
all
on,
that
hold on,
other shit is
hold on.
nah.
But my question to
But
you, what if he's not a
yeah,
disappointment? What if the
in
first time
bed,
yeah, what
in
if he's
bed.
not a disappointment? Yeah. What if he gives you everything you want? What are you gonna do then?
Well, I mean, if he does, I'm still not gonna feel no type of way because that's if it is. Like I know now, right now, somebody is giving me, you know,
You
one
could say
thing
it
and the
on
other person
you
is
could
giving me the
you
other
could say it
thing.
on thing. You could just say it on thing. Yes.
Okay, one
God's giving you
person is
good.
giving me good sex and the other person isn't. It's just
The other
bad
person,
because I haven't been in too many relationships. However, don't get it twisted. I have been,
I'm back.
but this is like the dating, like the
yeah,
dating
but you're
phase,
dating and you're single. When you're in a
yeah,
relationship, it's totally different.
yeah,
So if you feel like you're in an entanglement, it's like a relationship. It's not a dating portion.
situation. And in a sense, I am
So in a
because
sense, you are.
I'm in a relationship with one dude. He's giving me what I want, and in a sense, I'm in a relationship with the other dude because he is the person that I'm giving the majority of my time to.
So who gets the majority of the time? The the
The
the
one,
the F buddy?
I'm gonna call him K. I'm gonna
You
call
said
him
K?
K. Yeah. So
So
K is the guy. K is the guy that's giving me
no, you
the.
got no. You got Big Daddy and
Okay,
Sweet Daddy. So Big Daddy is the one you spending the night with. Sweet Daddy is the one taking you to dinner before you go see Big Daddy. I got you.
Yeah,
So
but
I
he
got
gonna
some
drive me
questions.
in
I
his
don't know.
BMW. He gonna drive me
Huh?
in his BMW first.
Who? Sweet Daddy or
Girl,
Big
he got a
Daddy?
BMW. K, sweet daddy
Which
got a
one?
BMW.
No, Sweet Daddy
Listen,
is
I think they should be. It should be Urkel and Stefan. Urkel is the sweetheart. Stefan is the late night creep around. All right. I'm not calling nobody Big Daddy, Sweet Daddy. We're not doing none of that.
Yeah,
All
girl.
right.
Look
Urkel and
at K. We gonna
Stefan.
talk about Big Daddy and Sweet
so
Daddy. I was
Stephon got a
wrong.
so
BMW or
who?
Urkel got the BMW?
But yes, K, he has a BMW,
But K is the
and
nighttime friend or the daytime friend?
no, the daytime friend.
Okay, but here's what I'm saying to you. Let me ask you a question. I don't know
Okay.
if y'all covered it while I was away. I had to get ice and get my chain because it looked like I had to be to work at 5, and I think this conversation gonna go late. I didn't want to go wake up tired so late, so because this feel like it's gonna be a long conversation. Um,
What's up?
so I don't know if they asked you. I missed it if they did. Um, who? Which? Like I heard Boo Boo before I left. I don't know what your response was. Asking you which one would it bother you more to lose?
Hmm.
Which one will bother
It'll
you
be
more? Which
K.
one?
K.
That's sweet. That's Urkel, right? So okay,
Yeah.
here's the thing. You haven't considered sleeping with him. If it's gonna hurt you to lose him, why haven't you thought about sleeping with him? Like my thing is, why is it that the nighttime friend is not worth being in a relationship with? Is it that he's not looking for a relationship, or is it that he's just not that type?
Well, I just, if we're being honest,
Hmm.
the guy that I'm gonna
The
call him
nighttime friend.
M. M.
M,
M.
K and
M is
M.
the nighttime guy.
Why couldn't it be
Urkel and
S and D?
Stefan.
M is definitely somebody that I don't see myself being with, if we're being honest. Like,
But why?
not that he's not
You gave him your
attractive, don't
body.
get me wrong, he's very attractive. It's just that when it comes down to it, man, I like stability. I like
Mhm.
I like
Yeah, Ron.
consistency.
Oh, he community penis.
And
Okay.
those are something that he like, like he's really not giving me. Like the only thing he's
Let
being
me
consistent with is the dick. And that's it.
let me ask you a
He's
question.
not
Do
consistent
he
with
pay your
anything
Uber
else.
to his house? Do he pay the
Huh?
Uber to his house? Does he pay the Uber to his
For
house?
me, yeah, so we'll switch it. Yeah, I'll pay it, he'll pay me coming back, or he'll pay me going and I'll pay coming back. I don't know. I'm just, for one, I'm not a hoe. For two,
Whoa,
I
whoa,
don't
whoa,
need
whoa, whoa!
a
He
man
must be
doing
some real
anything for me.
trauma because we used to have to pay
I
back
don't
and
need a
forth.
man doing anything for me. So like I don't have a problem with paying my way to go and come
No, no,
back.
no, 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 no. I'm just
But
asking
no, he does
questions. I'm getting
compromise.
again. He compromised. Not catch up. We
Yeah,
don't
he
want to catch up.
compromised.
Let me explain. I think
Explain, explain.
it's fun. Let me explain. It's fun, but that's just reality. And I feel like K, which is a sweetheart, you're setting him up for failure. And here's why I'm gonna say
You
that.
think I'm setting him up for failure?
No, let me explain to you why. I'm gonna explain
What?
to you why. Listen to me. Let me explain to you why. Let me
Wait
explain
a
to you why. Can you
minute.
listen? Can
Okay.
you listen?
Go
Here's the
ahead,
reason
Linda.
why.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Linda.
You have already had off the wall bedtime with M. And because of that, you've already set K's expectations extremely high. And you don't even know where his level is at. You understand what I'm saying? So now if he's not giving you M's energy in that room, he's gonna get dismissed. When in all reality, he can probably still give you some good D, but because M is already giving you the great D right now, you kind of mess it up. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I say you're setting him up for failure because he could probably get he might have nice 10 inches. He might know how to do everything. He might know how to flip you up and down. But if he's not doing it on the level that K is doing, is M is doing it, then it's not going to satisfy you because that's what you're getting right now. Can you understand why I say
But
you
you
set
know
him up
what,
for failure?
Laura? I'm not mad. Okay, so me personally, I don't want y'all to get this misconception. I'm
Well,
a firm believer in the 80-20 rule. I do believe that 80% of the relationship should be you getting to know and spending more time with that
yeah,
person, and the
no,
20% having sex. I am not flipped around. I do not believe
that's not
80%
the
of the
80-20
relationship
rule,
should be
but
about
okay.
sex. And the other,
That's not the
so with that
80-20
being
rule.
said, sex isn't an issue. Like if I'm involved with somebody, I'm not like sex for me isn't a deal breaker. Like I don't know because I'm a Cancer, so I know when I get to that point of like being in love, I know that's not gonna matter really for me. I know
No, I
everybody is
understand
different,
that.
but
No, 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 I'm not
for
saying that.
me, I
But
know it's probably not gonna be that big of a deal.
the fact that you're not even thinking about having sex with him is a clear
Mhm.
sign that no matter what he does in that bedroom, it's not going to be enough. It doesn't matter how much you love
So
him.
because I'm not thinking about having sex with
No, no,
him,
no, no, no,
don't
no,
get
no,
me wrong,
no.
like he's not he's
It,
attractive. Do I think M is better looking than K? I do. However, K just I don't know, it's
yeah,
this charm
yeah,
that
but this is
really
how when they say nice guys finish last, this is what they mean. Nice guys are good men. They treat you well. They do everything. And as women, we do not take these chances on them because we want the one who gonna throw us on the bed and blow the back out like, and you want to be waking up like, oh my god, I was so good. I'm so sore. That's the energy that we want as women because when it comes to the bedroom, that's what we're looking for. However, the good guy who's gonna sit there and send you the flowers because it's Wednesday or gonna call you and text you good morning beautiful every morning. Those guys we put on the back burner because the motherfucker who's like stupid bitch, shut the fuck up. Yo, just come suck my dick. Those are the motherfuckers that we be like, you so stupid, I'm on my way, Daddy. Those are the motherfuckers we like because it's the control thing. And the thing
but
is
I
that
give
that's why
most of my attention and my time to K. That's
no,
not
I
how it
get
is
you
with us.
do. But listen, you give him all the attention and time because you know why you give it to him? Because he gives it to you. You don't give it to him because you're like, oh my God, he's the most beautifulest thing in the world. You don't give it to him because of that. Because if you was spending time with Kay and you was feeling a little ski and M called you and was M text you and said, yo, I want to see you tonight, you gonna be like,
It's a dub.
babe,
No, it's a dub.
you gonna just dub it. So you feeling
I'm gonna
frisky.
if I'm with K and I'm spending time with him and like we're involved with doing something. No,
No, I'm not
because
saying
it's
about. Let's say
not
y'all in
that.
the crib chilling. It's a Netflix and
No, I'm
chill night.
still not gonna do that to him. I
Listen, but
wouldn't
the
do
thing
that
is,
to
what
him
I'm
or
explaining to you,
anybody.
but this is what I'm explaining to you. I understand what you're saying, but when it comes down to it, the fact that you're not even looking at him in that light. You're not even looking at him in a sexual manner. Because
Because I
even
don't
though
want to
in the
yet.
20,
I don't want to yet.
no, 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 you don't listen. No, you don't have to want to be sexual with him to look at him in a sexual manner. If you can't look at the man that you're with, that you're on the date with, that you're spending time with, and think, damn, look at that. Daddy could get it. If that doesn't cross your mind once, he's not the man you want to be with. You just like the way he treats you.
Mm.
I'm a firm believer in this. Every guy I've ever dated, I'm the cuter one in the relationship. I have to be the cuter one because I have to be sexy. Because I like to be treated like you said as a queen. I want you to know that you can't get no better than me. But that never stopped me from not looking at them like, yeah, he get it. If I look at them, if I don't
And
think
he
that,
could get it though, Lord.
no, 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 but that's not the thought in your head. The thought in your head is like, because when they asked you in the beginning, about sleeping with him, it was like, oh well, we're not there yet. It doesn't. You don't have to be there yet to know if you want to sleep with him or not. You don't have to be there yet. You know from the gate when you seen him, when you was talking to him, that first conversation. Prime example, you know my situation with my friend, right? So I told you I never looked at my friend like that in the beginning. Never looked at it. It was friendship. One thing happened, changed the way I looked at him. Get what I'm saying? It triggered,
Yeah.
boom. It changed the
Mm,
relationship. One thing. So
right.
now it changed the way I looked at him. That's me. So
Yeah.
now, where before I was like, oh, this is my friend. It's not like that. Now I look at him like, he could bend me over a table any day. That's the thought in my head at times. Certain shit he says and does triggers that same idea. So where even though mentally I try to keep it on the friendship, I'll be like, this is my friend, this is my friend, this is my friend, this is my friend. He say something or do something, the pervert in me snap right back. Mm, okay, daddy, that's how I think in my head. This is what I'm saying to you. If that's not the mentality that you have with him, whether you cross the line or not, because I've never done anything sexual with my friend. I've never grabbed nothing. I've never touched. I've never done none of that. Because you can do that. You can be in a relationship with somebody. You could be friends with somebody or dating somebody or and not do anything sexual, but it be in your head. And you think to yourself, oh, if he hit me with that right Hennessy, who is finna go down, down, down. You get what I'm saying? If you don't have that energy with him, then realistically, you really just don't want to be with him. You just like the way he treats you. He's treating you better than any guy has.
So
And
it's
he's a good
impossible
guy.
that I haven't gotten to that point yet.
No, if you haven't gotten to the point, you're never gonna get to the point. Because
What do
with
you
me and my
mean?
friend, we
That's not
started
fair to say,
because
Lord.
no,
She
no,
she
because
she
if
might
you
she might no, she might be blocking it out just because she's already getting it.
no, but
She might
it
just
doesn't
be blocking
matter.
it out just because she's
And I
already
feel like
getting it.
that's the
If she
issue. I
wasn't
feel like
getting no
I
PP
know
on the
I'm
long
getting it
side,
somewhere else that I know is
But
good
it
for
has
me
nothing to do
right
with
now.
getting it. It's
That
an
I'm not
attraction.
trying to.
No, but listen, it has nothing to do with getting it. It's an attraction. It's an attraction that you have for that person. It has nothing to do with getting it. You could be having sex every day, and if you see something that if you meet somebody and they trigger something in you that make you say, "Damn, I want his number." It doesn't matter how many
But
times
he
you're having
did
sex.
do that. He did do that.
But he's not
But
triggering
it
nothing
wasn't in a
sexually in you.
sexual way.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I said. He's triggering the part of you that you like the way he treats you. You don't. You're not. You're in the beginning of a situationship, and you just like the way he treats you. You're not even thinking. You're like we're in the beginning, so it's not a big deal. But if you've never viewed him sexually, if you never see him with his shirt off and be like, okay, or he do
But Lord,
something
I
and you
feel like
like,
you're
oh,
making it too sexual. Like you're making it seem like if
I
I'm
know, but
not
I'm saying
sexually
to you,
attracted to this man, then
because you're
it's an
not.
issue.
That's what it's real. That's what the reality of it is.
But no,
Are you
I
sexually
am
attracted to
sexually
him?
attracted to him, but I'm attracted to
Do you
more
be
about
wanting?
how
Do
he
you
makes
see
me
him? No,
feel.
no, no. Listen, there's nothing wrong with being attracted to. First of all, every person is stimulated sexually in a different manner. Me, if the man is smart, no. If the man is very smart, he has me. Because if you can intellectually fuck with me, oh, I think that is the most sexiest thing in the world. You
That's
using
right.
big words, if you have a conversation with me and I'm sitting there like this talking to you, that means you got me. All you gotta do is spank me twice, and I'm yours for life. That's it. Every person is triggered differently. Every person has a trigger. This is what I'm saying to you. That's why when you hear me saying sexually, you're thinking just sex. No, if he just because he's treating you nice, that doesn't mean he's triggered that inside of you that got you like, that's my baby,
But he has
like a
because
3-year-old.
of
When you
how he
hear,
makes me feel. And that's what I'm saying. Like, no, he
okay,
hasn't mind fucked me like
but
that.
then
But
you should want to give him
based
all
off
of
of how
you.
he makes me
You
feel,
should
I'm
want to
very
give him
much
all of
like,
you.
like it's like
So then
that.
it should be no entanglement. It should be no entanglement because here's the thing. Then, like I said, like we told you, eventually he's gonna want to turn into a sexual situation unless he's not really that into you. So the question becomes, if he are you really willing to cut off M because to be with K. Because now what happens if again, like I said, you with K and K he does his thing, but he doesn't do his thing on the level that M is doing his thing. What are you gonna
It
do
wouldn't
then?
matter to me. It wouldn't matter to me.
No, but are you gonna cut off M because you with K?
um, I
That's how I know
would.
you're not attracted to K like that.
You are
We're not talking about
foul.
it.
You are foul.
We're
I
not even
beg the
talking about it.
gavel. How dare you? You took too long,
We're not
Christina.
talking about it.
Because
Foul,
That's how I
foul,
know you're
I'm
not
foul,
thinking in the
interested
foul.
the way you want
She
to be.
said,
no, because I was thinking in the sense
she
of
said,
Shit.
She gave you the
Yeah.
she said, uh,
I'm being
Let me think.
selfish.
um,
I'm realizing that I'm just
I'm gonna
really
put you in a
being
situation. Let
selfish
me tell
right
you what
now.
happened. I'm gonna put you in a situation. I'm gonna put you in a situation
now
because I
you
was
living
in
life,
your situation.
man. Live life.
Yeah, like
No,
I'm
no,
just
I was in your
living
situation. No,
life.
there's nothing wrong with that. But I was in your situation. Let me tell you what happened. And I'm a yo. Not everybody knows this.
Okay.
I was sleeping with this. Everybody froze or just me. I was sleeping with this kid. We were fucking before me and Rich got together.
Hmm.
Right. Me and Rich was dating, and I was still fucking this kid. Now, mind you, I got a 3 month rule. Right. I got a 3 month rule. I like to keep 3 months in between the guys that I sleep with. So I never sleep with the same. I never sleep with a guy. I stopped sleeping with someone in January. I start sleeping with someone in April. Like I keep a 3 month rule, right? So that being said, um, I broke my 3 month rule because I was still sleeping with this guy. But Rich was a nice guy. He was a sweetheart, and this is why I said I know you setting him up for failure. This guy does things. This guy did things that I was into. Rich doesn't. Rich didn't. So I land up having to sleep with Rich, right? We land up sleeping together because how long can I keep lying and saying, "Oh, my 3 months"? Oh, as we're getting closer to the 3 months. Again, Rich was a sweetheart, but he's still counting the days. We make 3 months this day. You see what I'm saying? 3 months is this day. He's still counting these motherfuckers. So you know the inevitable is we're gonna sleep together. And we slept together, and it wasn't on the level of the guy that I was fucking. So automatically, it was disappointing. See what I'm saying? It was just like,
Hmm.
oh, okay, hmm, okay, this is what it is. But I could call this dude and get a quick little boom, 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 and get what I want. You get what I'm saying? So
Right.
it became a choice you have to make, and it was hard because I was like, this is a really good guy. Like I really like him. He's really sweet. He's always there for me. He was everything I really wasn't. He was everything I needed. And this dude was just a fuck buddy. He was a bum ass dude who had some good dick, which is usually how that goes. They bum ass dudes,
Yes, exactly
but they
how
got
it
the good
goes.
dick. I understand. But it hurt. You understand what I'm saying? Because it was like, shit, I can get my shit rocked real fast or I could be with this good guy. So you then have to make the decision. And it's a hard decision to make. And like I said, you set the guy up because at the end of the day, no matter what he does to try to make it awesome sauce, he doing all his good moves, it doesn't matter. Because all you thinking is this motherfucker, I can call this motherfucker, he can knock my boot 2.3 seconds. We be in it to win it and it's over. And you have to make the decision and it becomes a hard decision, especially if you're a sexual person. If you enjoy sex with somebody, it's hard to stop, especially when you're not getting that level with the next person. It doesn't take away from the sex of the next person because it doesn't.
Go ahead.
But you getting good. If you getting prime steak and somebody give you chuck meat, what the fuck are you doing? Like it's still good meat, but you're not looking at it like because you're like, fuck, I just had prime yesterday, bitch. This what you gave me a burger? I had fucking steak. You gave me a burger, and that's exactly how you're gonna view it. This is why I say you have to before you decide to be intimate with this guy, you're gonna have to cut off the other one. The minute you decide that you want to be that K is your situation, you have to cut off it. You're not gonna be able to maintain both. That entanglement. Now, if you don't want to, if you want to do both of them, hey, do you? I ain't knocking it. But eventually, you're gonna Kay will leave because a good man is gonna leave if he know there's another man in the water.
Yeah.
No good man is staying when there's
Right.
somebody else getting his milk. Okay,
So
when he
you
getting the
made that
milk,
decision after you made that decision after you fell in, like after you got in the bed with Rich.
um, no, I cut the person off before.
So you cut him off
But then
before.
you're not quite 90 days before like I normally do. And then there was a time where I kind of like I think I actually did total of a month and a half, maybe a month.
Mhm.
Um, I actually didn't have sex only because I me and Rich hung out one night and we was talking nasty. And I was like, damn. And then I was like, oh, I know I get my back blown out real fast. So I got up. We hung out. Me and the dude. I ended up like leaving Rich, and he ended up leaving. You know, he picked me up. He dropped me home, whatever. And I ended up calling dude, hopping in the V, and going to run up on that and link up. And then it was then that I was like, yo, you can't keep this going. You understand what I'm saying? And then when I cut off when me I stopped fucking with dude or whatever, and then me and Rich landed up having sex one day. And when we landed up sleeping together, it was just like, okay, shit. Like I'm really giving up the D. Like this is what's going on. Like this ain't gonna happen right now. That was my
But you
attitude.
were really, but you were willing to make that sacrifice, right?
Um, honestly, because I liked the way Rich treated me. I wasn't. I fell in love with Rich over time.
Mm.
Um, because I was, my situation was a lot different. Like that's why now I'm not in a relationship. My situation was a lot different. Sometimes when we're mourning, and that's something that you should really consider too. You're going through a lot emotionally with all the losses that we took, and maybe that could be some of the things that help lean you towards one person over another. Yeah, you know what I mean. So some things like sometimes our feelings, like you like the way he treats you because of the way you're feeling. It's the attention you're getting. You know what I mean? So you learn things and you sometimes sacrifice it. So it was a sacrifice I made as far as like in the bedroom, but it didn't, it didn't get, it wasn't his fault either. It wasn't that it was bad. It was just that I was getting, I had my slide and it was fun
Better.
sliding. No, it was what I'm into. So if you like when you're being intimate with somebody, and I know Boo Boo can attest to this, you have to be into the same things. And sometimes sexually everybody's not compatible. So like
True.
me, not to put all y'all in my business, but I like it rough. I'm a 50 Shades of Grey kind of bitch. So that being
And
said,
we had this discussion before.
yeah, but I don't think we had this on
Oh,
live.
look, he did the Ricky. He did the Ricky out. He were
I'm a 50 Shades of Grey kind of chick. So that being said, when you're definitely dealing with somebody, I believe sometimes you do, and the 80-20 rule is that 80% of them is what you want and 20 is what you don't want. Not that what you were saying. So sometimes the
Somebody,
80-20
sex?
rule.
Yes. 20%
No, not
sex,
sex. No, not sex.
80%.
You said 80%. It's 80%. It's not 80% relationship, 20% sex. It's 80% that they're the man you want and 20% of bullshit. Nobody is
No,
100% perfect.
I heard differently. I picked up differently. I heard something. I heard differently.
You didn't see why did I get married? It's the 80-20 rule. It's why did I get married? That's where that came from.
Yes. 80%.
80% that everybody wants 100% perfection.
Right.
80% you don't lose 80% of a good man for the 2% of the bad man.
Mm.
That's what they say. Because then you'll end up
I
with
actually think it was a
20% of
meme.
a good man. Oh, okay. Well, that's Google the 80-20 rule. That's what it is. And
Well, I made
sometimes that
my
80-20 rule,
own twist.
yeah. So the 80-20 rule is that, and that's what it is. It's all about being, everybody's not perfect. You're not perfect either. So you have to decide, are you a 80% good or 20% good? Hey, Marshall. That's Marshall, right? I'm not bugging.
Yeah.
So you have to decide. That's bad when I know, right? I ain't got no kids. So you have to decide, like,
Well, I
and
have.
sometimes
Go ahead. I'm
you have
sorry.
what? I say you have to
No, go
decide
ahead.
which
I'm
one is
sorry.
the better option. I say you have to decide, and you sometimes you make the sacrifice. Sometimes you have to sacrifice in life. The question is, are you
I just don't
ready
think
for
that our
the sacrifice?
relationship is to that extent to where like I have to choose.
You're
I don't
still
think it's on
single. If
that
you
extent.
Let
you
me
can
ask
still
you a
consider
question. Let
yourself
me just ask
single.
you a question.
Because there
I'm
haven't
about to
been
mess up your whole life. I'm about to mess up your whole life. Let me ask you a question. Are both of these people on your social media?
only one.
Which one?
M.
Okay.
Don't
Because
put
when you
K on your
share
social
this
media.
video, when you
They're
share
not on
this
my
video,
Facebook. Yeah.
yeah, but when you share the video, or if they come across it on YouTube, your whole business is out there.
They don't know who I'm talking about though.
They're gonna know. They're
That
gonna
nigga, that nigga
know.
gonna be like, this bitch ain't give me no pussy in a month. We been talking for a month. Nah, fuck
They're
out
gonna
of
notice
here.
you. They're
K
gonna
isn't on
notice
my
you.
social media.
That nigga
And
gonna bang
And
on your
M
door.
finna be like this.
I
And
don't
M
think
finna
that's
be like,
gonna
M
Listen,
come.
finna,
I don't want
I'm gonna bang on your
anything to
door.
cause
I
trouble.
demand an explanation now. K gonna be like, yo, fuck it, it
nah,
is what
I'm
it
pretty
is.
sure M know what it
I,
is. M know what it is, right? He know it's just a he know he the nighttime friend, or he think he more than a nighttime friend.
Yeah. I mean,
No, no, no. What does he think?
we haven't
No, no. What does
spoken
he
or
think?
like it hasn't went further than just the bed. And I'm okay with that. Like I said, like there are
Yeah, but
things
is he
that
okay with
M
that?
does that like I can't see myself dealing with
Oh
it.
my god.
He could think he in a whole relationship with you.
He
You
No,
know
you
that,
doesn't
gotta
right?
think
kick it.
that. He does not think that. And I'm telling you that. He does not think that. We
You
have
sure?
an establishment. I have drawn boundaries. I have drawn
oh,
that
he signed the
line.
contract.
We know
Oh, so
exactly
he know
what
what
it
it
is.
is.
He
He know
knows
what it
Oh,
is,
we
man.
know
that's M.
exactly
Okay.
what it is.
He know he just rocked the boat.
However,
That's it.
K,
Oh, he finna be watching
I
you.
would really
He finna
feel
be
some
watching
type
the
of way if
YouTube like,
K saw this
yeah,
video.
buddy. Huh?
I would feel some type of way if K saw the video.
You never know. Because I don't know who K is, but we have a lot of friends and family on social media.
But they trust and believe me, he is not the type. He one of them. I don't even know how to explain it honestly.
Listen, anybody can run past this video on social media. It's
And
on
you're right.
YouTube.
Hmm.
And you're right.
And if let's just say he ran through the first two videos that Boo Boo put out there, and we just asked random things,
I didn't put
and
the
he
second one out.
subscribed.
We put the second one out.
No, but what I'm just saying,
No,
say
I'm
he
gonna put
ran
out tomorrow.
across it, and all of a sudden he watched this live. He subscribed to it and pop up on his thing that we're live on YouTube, and
Does
he
he
watched
know?
it.
Trust
You and
and
him talk.
believe me, y'all. I don't think it's that serious. I don't think it's that
No, no,
deep. But
listen, listen,
K
no, listen, no,
thinks
listen,
it.
no, no, wait,
No,
wait,
no,
wait.
no, no.
Well, listen, listen. You and K talk. He doesn't
That's
know
just
that you do
dating.
this podcast,
Yeah.
so he does know
Well,
you do a podcast, right?
yeah. I spoke to him about it, so he knows. But I haven't given him
That's
any
my point.
information on how to find us. Like he don't. I don't think he knows how to find us.
No, no,
Like
no, 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 no. I'm not saying that you have. I'm just saying you spoke to him about it. So it's a chance that eventually that'll be a conversation. Like, oh, girl, let me. I'm on YouTube. I got
right, and
friends on YouTube. Let me.
I wouldn't have a problem with being honest. Like that because that's the extent of it. Like that's what it is.
Okay, so then I feel like before you even call, I think you should be up. You should be honest with him and have a discussion and see where we lost you and see where he wants to take
I'm so
this.
sorry about that, y'all. He called me as a matter of fact.
Okay,
He
just called you.
watching the live.
He watching. He watching it
He
live.
watching live.
He
He
watching.
watched.
He
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 just
watching the
probably
called me.
live.
stole this shit online. Yo, that'll be
He's called.
mad
Am I
funny.
Hey,
A
That'll be
B
some
C?
shit. That'll be
Which
some
one am I?
shit.
A B C D. Who am I?
Nah, but that shit will be mad crazy. Like, how the fuck did
that
you
But
shit would be
find this
but you
shit?
don't
And
understand,
how? Like,
Christina. Let me tell you
nah,
something. When
buddy,
I'm on
nah.
when I'm on YouTube, I just
Mm-mm.
scroll and start going on different things. and watching
I'm
different
gonna have
things.
to leave and come back. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Oh, he messed it up.
Hold on, let me see.
He messed it up.
She got to call K.
Oh, can y'all? Okay, I can hear y'all now.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Uh,
Well, I hear Boo
Can
Boo.
you hear me, Chris?
I
Can you
don't
hear
hear
me?
Joey. All right, I'm coming. I'm leaving and
you don't
coming
hear
back.
Joey? Go.
It's
She got to
crazy
call K
because
real quick.
She gonna say yes, Daddy.
yeah, because you know what's the funny part? I'm noticing we're getting subscribers, and I didn't share the video,
I
so
did.
Hmm.
it's us four. Maybe your mom subscribed to it. You know, it's five. But who else?
I
You
know
understand
Jerry.
what I'm
I know
saying?
Jerry. I know Jerry subscribed.
No, so I
He
don't know who else is subscribing
if
to
you
it.
if you look at last week's video, he's actually commenting in the video on the comment
Oh, he
section.
is.
Like, yeah,
Why we don't see comments? Oh, we gotta go and see the comment.
Oh no,
because nobody's
Gotta stop
commented.
telling-
yeah, because on the live video it says live private chat or comment.
So what? I'm
Huh?
No, you can click on the
yeah.
comments and it'll pop
Nobody
up
got
on the
nothing to say.
comments.
These son.
All right. Well, to get
I
back
know.
to
Ain't
what
nobody say nothing.
Christina question. To get back to
All right,
Christina
that was it.
question. Like I said, the only way you should feel bad is if you're trying to take it to the next step with one of these guys. If right now, like I said, if
Okay.
right now is because this one makes you feel like Cinderella and this one makes you feel like Rihanna, then enjoy your life. Do what you
You
got to do.
right. You right. Definitely going
And you
Rihanna.
sit there and
I'm
say,
right.
damn, I want to go further than this.
Yeah.
I want to go further than this. Then you got to start thinking, damn, I'm kind of
Who's
fucked
who?
up. What am I going to
Yeah,
do? Yeah.
yeah. What you
But
gonna
for
do?
now,
Yeah, but you know
I
what?
couldn't.
But for
You
now,
say
live
that.
life.
You say that
Selfish.
as a man. No, but as a man, you say that. As a woman, a woman who dates men are a different breed. They don't
We
handle
are.
things as well as we do. So him being a man, eventually, like I said, you have to know what you want because a man will think he will never say y'all in a relationship. You never got sat down. You never had the conversation, right? But y'all go out, y'all kissed a couple of times. He
He's
will
gonna
see
take
you
that
with the
away
next
from you.
man.
No, we did kiss. The night I met him, we kissed. Cause I was like, I didn't know where it was gonna go, honestly, girl. Like he picked me up in a
But this is what I'm saying.
BMW.
But
Like, girl, I didn't know. So I was like,
a
I
BMW.
want to kiss to remember this. And he was like, what you mean? Remember, you can have it forever. I was like,
You gotta,
oh.
you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful.
So
He might think you're in a relationship without even telling you.
Hmm.
I was
I
told
know.
that by a
okay,
girl.
well,
There was hold on, Christine,
I
listen.
think we do have clarification. We've talked about relationships and we've talked about situations we've been in and that sort of thing. Like we've really gotten to know each other than what we can do in a bedroom. Don't get it twisted. It has come up in conversations. Like he'll say slick shit like,
He
yeah,
ready for it.
you should
He
definitely
ready
come
for it.
over.
He
Like
ready
he
for
does
it.
things
He
like
ready
that.
for it. Yo, what
But
Boo Boo said
because
just earlier, he said it's gonna come a
I wouldn't
time
say
when he's
like
gonna
he's
tell her,
ready for it, like he's
let me put the tip in.
on it for it, but it has
It's gonna be
come
time he's gonna
up
say,
because all men are gonna try it. You know what I mean?
of course,
However,
because
I'm letting him know like I'm not that tangible when it comes
okay,
down to
okay. Let me
wanting
explain that to you. As a man, explain to you as a man. We're dumb. Don't get it twisted. We're dumb, but we're not that stupid. If a man is
Facts.
sitting there,
oh y'all are
if a
very
man is
stupid.
no,
Y'all
if
are
we're
very
sitting there,
stupid. Y'all
listen,
not that
listen,
dumb.
listen, listen, listen.
Listen,
We
Linda.
know when a woman, if she's not giving us some, in our heads, she's giving it to somebody else. So if he's
Facts.
not, if he's trying, it's because he's thinking you're giving it to
He's not
somebody else.
trying the way you think he's trying, Joey.
No, he's not
He's
trying
not
now.
Because
How long
on
y'all
it
been
the way you
talking?
think he's on it.
But
Laura,
let me ask you. Let me
listen,
ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Let me just mess you. Let me mess your whole life up right now.
Again, what's
How would you
up?
feel? How would you feel if you found out he was also in a whole entanglement? He had a girl that he was with, right? and that's
That he
why
was
he's not pushing it
fucking.
with you. No, 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 no. That he was with, because men don't. He had a girl that he was with, and he's in an entanglement, and you're
And I'm the
the
bitch.
person he's getting. You're the person he's getting to know to see if he's gonna leave his girl for you. So now that's why he's not pushing the issue. And how would you be feel if he came you somewhere and seen him roll up in that BMW and the
I'll
bitch
key
came
it.
out the car?
I'll key it.
Huh? Why?
I'll
You're not in a
key it.
relationship.
And
You're
that's why
not
I'm
in
not
a
in a relationship because
relationship.
I'm crazy, Laura.
But this is my point. You can't get mad at him for what you're doing. You're doing the same thing. There's no different that if you
But
was
I ain't
hopping in the
being
cab,
disrespectful in it. Like, no, I'm not being
how's he being
disrespectful with it. Like, I ain't
disrespectful?
coming out no man car and no shit like that. We have our
No, I
night
said I didn't
occasional
say no, no,
fun,
no.
and that's
I said,
it.
how about him? How about he rolled up? Listen, you cannot tell somebody what their entanglement. This is your entanglement. His entanglement is different. You don't know his life. You saying he's not pushing the issue. That could be one of the reasons he's not pushing the issue. Because he has somebody, I don't know, he has somebody who's giving him who's his entanglement situation. And usually when it's like that, when a man is not pushing for it, and this is facts, tell me if I'm lying, boo boo. So when a man is pushing for it, when he's not pushing for it, he
We
usually
got
got a
another.
whole
We got another
situation.
girl.
He
We
got
got
a
He's
whole
another
not
girl.
situation.
pushing for it
He's
in the
passionate.
extent of y'all what y'all think. Again, the conversation has come up, but he's not pushing it in the sense of he calling
But
me
you're
on
not.
the hour by the hour trying to get it.
I'm not
It's
saying
not
that.
like that.
No. But you're not. Listen. Listen.
No, no,
If
no.
I'm
But
a
that's
man
what
and
you're
you,
making it seem. It's not that
if
I'm
you're
pushing
making
not
me
pushing
wait,
it. It's because you're making it seem that way.
if you're making me wait, as a man, you're making me wait. I'm fucking the next bitch. That's what I'm gonna do because I
Right.
still have
And
needs.
those are issues that you have to deal with as a man because if a girl is having you wait, then that should be the girl's decision and not yours. You
But
shouldn't
you're.
have
No,
to
But here
feel
goes.
no,
the need to
But,
take it
but, but,
upon
but here goes the thing.
yourself
listen.
to go
You're.
fuck
But
the
here goes
next
the thing.
bitch
You're making.
because you're
You're. Hold
being
on. Hold on. Hold
selfish.
on.
No,
Okay.
you're
But
being
you're making
selfish
him
if
wait.
that's the
You're
case.
making him wait. You're making him wait, and you're fucking the next man. So you're doing the same
Okay.
thing as a man is doing. You're doing the same thing. You're doing the same thing.
Okay. Well,
I agree.
I am being selfish, so I have the answer to my question. All I'm saying is,
Wait, I ain't say nothing yet. Wait, listen. If he ain't make a move yet, there's one or two reasons I can tell you right now. It's either one, he's fucking somebody else, or two, he's scared that he's gonna push it too hard and push you away. But I can tell you right now, and that nigga mine, a month, he done tore your ass up about 5 times already. You just don't know it yet.
That's what I'm
he
saying.
probably
It's
did
there.
in his
It's
mind. He
there.
probably did in his mind.
It's there.
It was crazy though because we were
I
talking
gotta
and
get a
then
little
he asked me.
comfortable.
He was like, "When was the last time you had sex?" I was like, and it was crazy because he was asking me
Oh,
that
he
weird.
asking you that? Oh,
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, he
not
done tore your
asking
ass
me
up
that.
about
Like,
5 times.
I kept it a buck, and he did the same thing. He told me it was. We actually had sex with different people that same week.
but see
Oh,
that's
Like
so.
I was
Yeah.
with, but he told me the situation with his girl. Like apparently, like he just fuck
told you
her.
there was a
Like
girl.
yeah,
Told
he
you there
just
was a
be
girl.
fucking her.
I knew there was a
He
girl.
just be
Listen,
He just be fucking her like K?
he just be fucking this bitch, and that's another
Like
reason
K?
why I haven't given it up. Like he admitted, shit, we friends. She cool. She be wanting to do all of these, swinger parties. I don't be with the shit. She be out there, but I ain't mad at her. We friends. Like it's very much that.
oh, that's his whole wifey.
So
He been living with her for
that
four
is not his
years.
wife.
They got
That is
6 kids
not his wife.
together.
That was not his wife.
Understand?
Christina,
That is something I would never
Christina,
believe.
Christina, you are not in an entanglement, bro. You are in a whatchamacallit,
I'm
okay?
in a web.
It's a whatchamacallit.
Oh
That's
man.
what you, you are not in an entanglement. Because this shit is crazy.
Listen,
Hold on, there's another girl.
I know I'm not in the entanglement in the sense of Will and Jada. Like I said
So
entanglement because
so
I'm
so
dealing
M
with
so M is
multiple
actually
people
K,
at
but he's
one
not your K.
time.
He's someone else's K. So M is a K, but he's not your K. He's someone else's K. This is
And
crazy.
K is somebody else's M.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you don't know
Here
what
goes.
you call it.
I don't
Here's the
know.
thing. Here's the thing.
You-
Here's the thing, Christina. When you're dating, it's not being selfish. You're just dating.
No,
It's not being selfish.
Okay.
You're
And that's
no.
what I
not
made
being
it clear.
selfish.
Like I'm only dating.
You
Like
tested the
we're not
waters.
taking it to that level.
Okay,
Like
but eventually, he already asked you the question that most men ask women when they want to have sex, and like Boo said, having sex with you
Hold
in
on.
his mind already.
Who asked the
When's the last
who
time you had
answered the
sex?
question first? When he asked you when the last time had sex, you answered before he
I'm
answered?
trying to see how it came up.
If you answer
Trying to
first, he ain't had
remember.
sex that same week. He just told you.
If you answer
Facts.
first,
No, because when he asked me, I asked him. I asked him to tell me first. I was like,
He
no, you
Oh,
he
ain't
he
gonna
also
be
could
info
he
dating.
also
And
could have lied.
I was
Just
like, when was the last
he
time
could
you had sex? And he
he
was
he
could have
like,
also
I
lied
could have
had
lied
sex
just to
that
not
Monday, that
to not
Monday
look
of the
stupid. He
week
could have lied to you.
of the
Yeah, he could
nah.
have
Thursday
lied
that
to
I
you.
I
had sex.
wouldn't.
And you know, it's
Nah, I
crazy. I
wouldn't tell
just
somebody I
met.
want to be with if I had sex Monday. I would have sat there
No,
and said, "Nah, it's been about 6 months." No, I'm
yeah.
sorry. I thought I muted myself. I was saying that he probably could have lied, but then I switched it up. Because me personally, if you ask me when's the last time I had sex, even though I spaced some ass last night, nigga, it's been about 6 months.
Yeah.
That's just me.
That's how I know
see the
guys be lying.
difference
When
That's
they
what I
say
is
that
told
shit,
the
I be
Yeah.
like,
boo
all right,
last
all right.
night.
a man
Great night
going
last
for
night, right, boo boo?
6 months
Great
with
night, right?
you.
That's what I said. Great night last night. A
You
great
ain't
That's
night
why I
going
was
last
saying
6
night,
that.
huh?
6 months. That's a red flag for me. Like I probably would
That's why
not
boo
have
boo asked
took
was
the
sleeping tired.
conversation further. I'm not
What'd you
mad
say?
at the fact that what happened.
What did you say?
I said if he would have told me like he haven't had sex in 6 months, I probably wouldn't have took the conversation further. Because for me, I knew he would have been lying. Like Boo Boo said, I could have smacked some ass last night, but 6 months for me is is a reach. It is a reach.
Not for some guys.
But
I know
I
somebody
don't
had
know.
sex in 2 years. I know a guy that didn't have sex in
Okay,
two
two
years.
years. Two
Yeah.
well, I
years.
can't say that.
You'd be surprised. You'd be
Well,
surprised.
You
A
know
lot
what
of
it
people
is?
they leave
The
Listen,
it.
longest I ever went was a year, so I'm not too surprised.
listen.
a
Some
lot of
people you
people
have to remember, it all depends on what you're looking for in life and when you're looking for it. If you're out here trying to have fun, or like you said, he's a goofy kind of cute, he might have problem with
Goofy,
talking to
charming,
people.
charming, goofy.
No, but I'm saying he might have because there's some guys that have problems interacting with the opposite sex. They have an issue interacting with people that they like. They'll see something attractive. They'll tell all their friends they think the person is attractive and never tell the person. So they'll sit there and they'll be like this. So some guys they don't, or they usually get some pussy from people. They get some ass from people. Like like I'm friends with you. You bring your friend over, and I talk to him a little bit, and then we kind of hit it off, and that's how we talk. Some guys, that's how they. So if they ain't got nobody bringing them cookies, guess what? They ain't releasing no milk.
So let me ask
And
y'all
some
this:
and
That's how
Do
some
you
you
guys
know.
think
can't.
it's
Some guys can't finish the book.
Yeah,
do y'all
Some
think
they
it's
can
guys.
never
too
Some
far
complete a
guys is
meal.
able to
fetched?
talk to people.
They can never seal the deal.
Whatever.
Do y'all think it's too far fetched to say that you know what it is? Like, okay, so Laura, do you think it's too far fetched to say that you already know what a guy wants when he approaches you and how he does it? You know, you look at
No.
those small things like,
Y'all got that
okay,
special
I already
power.
know what's up.
Y'all
You know what
females
I
got that
mean?
No,
special
Like,
power that y'all
I'm
could
gonna say
tell
that's not
off
always
the
true.
approach.
That's not always true
okay,
though.
well, for me, I
That's not
can
always
tell
true.
based off
No,
the
you can
approach.
tell. No, you can tell but it depends. Like, okay, here it is. If a guy approaches you and asks you for your number, yeah, you can tell based on from the way what he looking for. If you mate of somebody through somebody else, you can't tell because they could just really be friendly with you, or they could really just want you. It's very difficult. It all depends on the circumstances of how you
Right.
meet somebody. So depending on how
Right.
y'all
For
met or how the
instance, I
conversation
would be
went,
a lot quicker. I'll be a lot quicker to text somebody that is giving me their number on the train faster than I'll text somebody that gave me their number in the club. Like,
yeah. Because you know
if
what they looking for
somebody
because
was
they
to
want
give,
to come home that night.
you
Oh,
said
well, you
what?
know what the club is looking for. Anybody in
They
the
wanted
club
to come
knows.
home
Listen,
that
but
night.
I'm saying, like, I would text that guy who got up, wrote his number down, gave me his number in front of everybody on the train before he got off. Like, I would text him a lot faster than I would text the guy that I met at the club, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. So I don't know.
No, it does.
I feel like I
It all
know.
depends what you're looking for.
True,
Everybody has to
true.
remember when you go into a entanglement, you have to know what you want. People make that mistake. They get caught up in what's going on around them, and they never really know what they want. Any
Hmm.
situation you enter, you have to know what you want. It doesn't matter what the situation is. When you start talking to a guy, you go into that situation, and you have to be like, just like they go into the situation knowing what they want. You have to know what you want. If you go into the situation with this guy and he giving you, I just want to smash energy, and you going into it like, oh, we're gonna have babies, we're gonna be together forever, you're in
Yeah.
It's
two
not gonna
different
work.
situations.
It's
And
not
if
gonna
you
work.
go into a relationship that you're like, oh, I just want to smash, and he's like, oh, she's gonna be my wife, we're gonna have babies, then it's not gonna work. So you have to both enter these entanglements with the same intentions. I'm a firm believer in being a buck with them from the gate. I don't care how they approach me. If they sit there and say one thing, and I'm a freak, so my conversation when it comes to sex can happen very fast, and I could not sleep with you for 6 months. That doesn't matter. We can talk about sex for 6 months and I could not give you none. That's my energy.
Right.
I don't have a problem because I feel like if I'm interested in you, conversation are not limited. I don't never feel like I want to be restricted. Like we can't talk about sex yet because we're not at that stage. I don't do none of that. I talk about what I want, when I want, how I want. And if I get that energy from you, that's all you focusing on. Then I'm like, oh, you just want to smash, and I'll cut you off. That's my energy. If we talk and we have a sex talk, and then we talk about the way my Ravens bust ass today, I'm cool with that. You see what I'm saying?
The way Tom
We
Brady
could talk
lost.
about both. We could talk about both. I'm okay with that. And there are guys that I've dated that are like that. We'll have talks, and sex comes up, and they always want to know if you're a freak, and I'm like, never. I'm not a freak. I have freak tendencies, and they're like, oh, I like this, and I'm like, I like that. And then we'll go talk tomorrow, and we'll be talking about the last book we read, or politics, or work, and shit like that. If we can't be versatile in our conversation like that, or if like I talk to you, and then the next day you back on that same subject, and then the next day you back on that same subject, and by the third day I'm like, oh, okay. When you call me, you're gonna be like, oh, I called you like 6 times, you didn't answer, and I'll tell you off the rip, I don't want to talk about sex. Like that was cool. It was a conversation we had. I didn't. I'm not. But that's not what I'm looking for, because it'll be a misconception. Men will think, oh, well, she's talking about sex. We fucking them off. Negative. I've cut off many a guys that same way. Many a guys. Listen, I'm
We
the
start
worst person to
Nah, he
date.
be joking. Like
we
whenever
start
we
talking about
talk,
sex. I'm
it
ready to send a
feel
picture.
like, cause like
Yeah.
when
You
he
know what I'm
asked me, he
saying,
was
like,
like,
right?
"So are
Like,
you dating
that's,
anybody?" I was like, "Nah, but I'm entertaining people."
Oh,
And he always say like I'm a porn star or some shit because I said that I be entertaining people, and he took it in the wrong context. I said
Oh,
entertaining meaning
you said it.
I be texting,
You
I be
are entertaining
talking,
somebody.
FaceTiming,
you just
that
don't got
No, he
stuff.
OnlyFans.
wait.
But
That's
He
all you
took it
need
to
is an
what?
OnlyFans.
he be saying like I'm in the porn industry or some shit. But
Now he probably thought you had an OnlyFans. That's the new thing
He
now.
ain't
that's what he
lying.
thought. He was like,
Listen.
oh shit, he was like, oh shit, let me find out you got an OnlyFans. I'm finna subscribe
Told
right
you.
now. Yo, that shit was funny though.
You
Nah,
better
but
start one, and he can subscribe and give you the side money. Get this side
nah,
money.
nah.
Listen,
But
at the
it's
end of
all
the day,
good. It really is. But that's what's up though. I appreciate everybody's, opinion on the matter. Thank you, Boo Boo, for hearing it, and and Laura, thank you too, because that information when you were talking about Rich, like that incident, I felt like that's where like our situation was headed. Like, had one dude
yeah,
here, you was involved with Rich, and but you still made that, regardless of whether or not The sex was good. You still made that sacrifice to, and that's
because
all. I
he was
guess
a
that's
good
all I.
guy. Listen, and it's not the sex. Let me not say that the sex was bad. It just wasn't
No, I'm
what
not
I was
saying that
getting.
either. Yeah,
Yeah, it wasn't what I was
it
getting.
wasn't on the
Because
level
that's
of
what
what
it
you
is.
were getting.
It wasn't. Um, I loved Rich, but he just wasn't as abusive in the bedroom as I might prefer. Let me say that.
Okay.
You
Let
got
me
to
Well,
just say
punch
that.
more in the back of the head.
Yo, why
that's
do
what's
guys
up,
always want
though.
to say
So,
that? Yo,
What
Quincy said
happened?
the same shit. He be like, he was like, you want somebody to punch you in the back of the head? Why do I want to get punched? No, just like
That's what they
let- let-
want. To abuse. Get the
it's not
belt.
even that. It's their sex. Like I told you, I'm on a 50 Shades of Grey kind of level. It's nothing wrong with a little aggression. Some men are just not. Some men are just not aggressive in the bedroom. Like some men are aggressive in the streets, and then in the bedroom they're like very soft teddy bears. Like you have to know, and it's and you know what the crazy part about it is I date like 99.9% of the men I date are black, right? 99.9%. I have a 0.1%. I've dated 1.5 Spanish persons in my life. 1.5.
same.
And um that being said, most men are not into that. It's not really their cup of tea. Nothing wrong with it, but it's
I'm
very
chilling.
rare. Like most
It's
men are
mad hot.
basic. Most men are basic. Most men are into a little bit of butt smacking, a little bit of hair pulling, especially when my hair was long. So most men are not into it, but most 90% of men are not. Black men are not really like I've met that I've dated are not into all of that. So it's not. So it wasn't a big sacrifice for me. It was just like, oh, you like this, and then, oh, you're not really doing. You don't do this. But he was a really good guy, so it goes down to the 80-20 rule. 80% of him was a really good dude. He had 80% of the. He was a really guy. He treated me right. He was always good to me, whether we were together or not. So I don't regret my decision. You know, Definitely don't
Yeah,
regret it.
well, I appreciate everybody. I really do. This is somewhat help.
Somewhat helped. Listen,
Yeah.
It ain't
Cause I
help.
listen.
still
She's
feel
still
like
in
I'm
her
gonna be
entanglement.
as selfish. I feel like I'm gonna. I feel like
You can't
I
be.
She's still
deserve to
in her
be as selfish
entanglement.
as I want to,
Listen. I
and
feel you're not selfish if you're just
to an
dating.
extent I am because I'm
Yes,
giving
because
somebody my this kind of attention and not the other one because I like me personally. I like the way it is. Like I like being able to
what
go here and there. So in a sense, I am being a little
I don't know what
selfish.
that means.
But
Ask me
I
a
don't
question.
think
Plug
it'll
it in.
be hard. Like if Kev steps up in the sense like in the extent
How
that
you
I
ask?
want. Oh, should I say his name?
You
Damn.
said her name.
If K
I know.
if
I just heard
K
that.
if K steps up in the way that I want him to, it wouldn't be a problem to cut him off. It wouldn't be a problem for me to just cut him off
Honestly, I
like
think
that.
she really likes Kay, and she really wants to be with
I
Kay.
really do. Like I really like him.
The
Like
problem is, I think it goes to what you said, Laura. I really think she's
mhm.
afraid that if she gets him, it's not going to be M's sex, and that's going to
Ever love, yeah.
bother you
No,
a
because
little bit.
again,
That'll
sex
do
Not
is
it to
not
a
that
motherfucker.
deep for
no,
me.
no, no.
Sex
I'm
isn't
not saying
that
it's
deep
going to
for
bother
me.
you
Fuck
a lot.
around, that nigga
Okay,
be
Oh,
better.
yes, it is.
Listen. It may not be.
That would be a
It may
blessing.
not be what you. It may not be what you think. You may not say, "Oh, I'm going to think," but it may be just like it might bother you a little bit, just a little bit. It may bother you a
listen.
little bit. You
All I'm
can
gonna
make
say
it.
is
It's not a
I
priority.
don't think
It
Kay
doesn't
is
mean
lacking in the bedroom. I don't think he's lacking in the
Yeah,
bedroom.
but it's
I
a
don't
difference.
think so. He stood up to give me that hug. I
Okay, no,
doubt
but
he's
it's a
lacking in the
difference.
bedroom.
No, but it's a
So
difference.
listen. Just because you have the
It's not
equipment,
what
don't
he's
mean you know how to
lacking.
use it.
That's
okay,
the
well I could
difference.
teach him a thing or two.
Well,
I could
then
teach him
No,
a
but
few
that's the
you're.
things
thing.
Michael has taught me.
I think she's ready.
You
I
said the
think
other
she's
name.
Damn, I
ready.
said M's name too. Fuck.
Yeah, see. Oh God.
Shit.
Boo Boo better edit these names out. That's what you better beg.
Listen, he ain't gotta edit nothing. I ain't worried.
But see, she's
What?
dating. All she's doing is dating. Once she gets to that serious point, because I don't think you've been
Yeah,
with
if it gets to that serious point, I could easily
you
drop
haven't been
and
with Kay for
pause.
90 days. You haven't been with Kay for 90 days, right?
I would
How long
miss
you been
the
with?
sex if it doesn't deliver. I would miss
Of
the
course you're
sex
gonna
for
miss
the
it.
days,
Of course you
but
miss it. But
I
what
would
women do the
reminisce.
best? Oh, but what women do the best, and I'm gonna say this off the back. If a woman is missing something, most of likely they got a man that's going to willing to learn. They can teach their men exactly how they want to be pleased.
And I feel like Kay is somebody I could teach.
Laura, you just want somebody just to abuse you. She wants somebody to punch in the back of the head,
No,
like
I
Boo
don't
Boo
agree
said.
with that though. I don't agree with that because if a man is not into certain things, you can't teach him to be into it. He can maybe do it once in a while, but it's never gonna feel natural. It's always gonna feel forced. Like prime example, I told you Rich wasn't into my level of
The
aggression in the
dominant.
bedroom. Yeah, he's not into my level of
What?
aggression in the bedroom.
Elbow dropping you off the top of the bunk.
Yo, why do y'all always Corey do the same shit to me? Y'all gotta go extra hard with the
Elbow
extra
dropper,
shit. No.
dude.
No, but like something as simple as pulling hair and smacking ass.
But
Go
hold on,
like
tell
that.
me.
Let's just say simple. What the hell?
I think that's just normal sex. Like I don't understand how that's something you have to be into. That's just normal sex.
No, 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 no. But
You'd be
again,
surprised. There's niggas that don't pull hair at all.
yeah, that don't do that. And a lot of people didn't understand how come I could cover cutting my hair because Rich wasn't into none of that. So I didn't need my hair long. But I always kept my little hair long because most men want to wrap it around, and that wasn't his thing.
I mean,
So I
that's
told
something
him,
I've always done.
but I told him, and he did it maybe once. You understand what I'm saying? But it didn't feel natural to him. Where like how Joey said, most men they do that naturally. It's
I said
you're
they feel.
comfortable with that.
Listen, but
Yeah, but it's
if
natural
somebody is
for them to
willing
do
to
it.
learn,
So it's
yeah, if
somebody.
somebody's
Yeah, but
willing to learn.
if you're willing to learn, it doesn't matter if it's not natural to you. If you as a man, you have your shit you do in the bedroom. You
Mm-hmm.
understand what I'm saying? Everybody
Yeah.
got their shit they do in the bedroom. You can
Yes.
try some new shit, but that don't become your routine. That's just some shit you try.
Oh, I see. I
You
guess I'm
understand?
different because if I'm with a woman and she teaches me something in the bedroom, I'm gonna use it on the next woman if me and her break up because I'm gonna add it to my routine now. So that
What if
it
You
that
full of
could
next
be
shit.
woman doesn't like that?
You full of
Every
shit.
woman is pleased differently.
true.
You're full of shit,
You
True.
can't
Joey.
you
Why am I
can't
full
do
of shit? Why?
Don't be
well,
making
Macho be
these tricks
having
these girls is teaching you to put in your archive to use on the next
yeah.
bitch. Like, no.
Listen, you gotta pull out all the stops. Listen, I'm gonna be honest. His mother told me from jump, you always gotta bring your A game. When you come to sex and you're having sex, you always gotta bring your A game. Can't slack
I
off
agree.
one bit. Because 1 minute you slack
I
off,
agree.
she could run to the next nigga and get something better.
I agree.
So yes,
100%
I'm
agree.
going to take everything I learned from every woman and I'm gonna go extra hard if I'm with you. Why would I want you to get it from the next nigga? If you
You
get it from
just
me.
want to stockpiling your archive.
No. Actually right now I just want one woman for the rest of my life. I don't
Right.
want to be married. I just want one woman for the rest of my life.
Have you
Oh.
been working on that, Joey?
Why?
That one woman. Why?
If God's gonna send her, he's gonna send her. She's gonna pop into my life.
Uh-uh. Stop blaming everything on that man.
I didn't blame it on the man. I'm
You
not
is
looking
blaming
for it.
it. Talking about if God
No, no,
sent
no.
me. No, that ain't how that works.
No, I'm not gonna go looking for it because if it's gonna appear in my face and faith is gonna bring me together,
That
why do
ain't
I
how
have
that
to?
works either, Joey.
I tried to force myself to get into a relationship and I wasn't. It wasn't. I'm not doing.
Don't force it.
That's what he said. If God bring his queen, he gonna jump on it. But if God don't bring the queen, he gonna stay single
Right.
like a dollar bill.
I'm
Joey
gonna stay
won't.
the way
Joey
I
I'm
am.
the
won't.
same way.
Joey want
Listen,
God to
let
send
me
him
tell you something.
something. Faith
No,
without
I'm not
works
saying
Let
is
me tell
send
you
me.
dead.
something.
That's what the Bible says. The faith
Let
without
me
works
tell you
is
something.
dead.
But let me tell you something.
What's up?
I was with Rich for six together 6 years,
Mm-hmm.
right? September 1st would have made 7 years that he was in my life. That's when we met, right? Our relationship literally started the day. Like it was crazy the day.
You say your
Anyway,
relationship
all because of
started when?
Macho. Anyway,
All
Hold on,
because
what
of
you
the
me,
day
say,
we
yes.
Mom?
met.
It started when you met.
The
Yes,
day
you
we
want to know
met,
why I
yeah,
started? You want to know why I started when they met? Let me explain to you why
because
I
of
started when they
Joey.
met. My ex-wife got me locked up, and they called Laura. A girl I was talking to called Laura,
She messaged me on
and my
Facebook.
ex
No,
and my
his
ex-wife.
ex-wife messaged me on Facebook. Messaged me on Facebook. It was the same. Me and Rich were having ice cream. You remember where on the in the on Rockaway Boulevard and
Yeah,
in Cross Bay we were having ice cream in
Yeah,
Dunkin' Donuts. That
you
was our
showed me
first
where
date.
it was at. Yeah.
Yeah, we met off a line. We met off a tag. He had just moved back to New York, and that's where we went for our first date on September 1st of 2013. That was our first date, and I got all the information, and he didn't run. Like he didn't say, "Oh, this bitch got drama. Let me leave." He didn't do none of that. So it kind of started, and then Ricky met him that first day too. And Ricky was like, "He's looked like a good dude." So I was like, "Okay, this is all the signs that this man is not running away." So that's how we started. So we were officially dating that day. Like I wasn't dating anybody else. I had the other situation, but I wasn't dating somebody else
that's
or nothing like that.
different.
Like it was just what it was. Yeah, no. But me and Dude wasn't even messing around. We weren't sleeping together at the time. We we were like, but it was what it was, you
So
know.
so.
But I want to be in a good. I want what I learned. What me and Rich didn't have was friendship, and I've learned now that that's something that you need to have in a relationship. We were never friends, and that was my fault. And I'm gonna take full responsibility because I'm the type of person I believe in keeping shit separately. Nothing, everything can't be on top of each other. So what I've learned now with everything that I've been through, and I learned this from Corey because I love me and Corey's relationship. Like we talk about anything, and I want my next relationship to start like that. Like I want to be friends, and then we evolve into something. I don't want to evolve into something and then try to be friends. I want to be able to bug out with them. Like I feel like in your relationship, you should be able to bug out. Like I do like Boo Boo relationship with his wife because I like the fact that they have that fun time. They have that they fight and it's cool. Everything is like life goes on. They joke and they play. You
He
need that
vetted
kind of energy in your
Joey.
relationship because yeah.
What?
But no, you need that kind of energy in your relationship. You need that energy where you're. It's not just about sex. It's just not just about texting. It's about just being with somebody and you can just have a great time. Like if you can't have a great time with your significant other,
Yeah.
just doing random shit, it doesn't matter. And it's not about like people say, "Oh, I'm a very honestly, I'm not a coddler, but I being with Rich made me a little coddler, a little bit, just a little bit."
Just a little
And
bit.
I wasn't just a little bit, and I was never the most affectionate. I'm not a cuddler. You won't get me there, but I do want. I feel like my next relationship, I'm gonna be that way. I don't know why. It's like you each relationship you learn from, and there are things that you miss when you're not in that relationship,
Hmm.
and that's how you
Yeah.
learn for the next one.
I
So I
miss the
feel like
fact that I used to do just put the kids down in bed and just watch TV and talk about what we're watching.
oh,
Go
I
on
don't
a
want to
date
watch
night
TV.
every once in a while. I used to love going on date nights. We used to go on
Oh
date
no, I
nights a
need to go on
lot.
date nights all the time.
When
I
his
gotta
moms
take
was
this
like, "We're
bitch
going
out.
on a
I
date."
miss cheating.
You miss cheating?
This the only relationship I've been faithful to, and this shit is stressful. And it's like if I was younger, I would have cheated on her about 7 times already. But it's like I
As you get
can't do
older, you
that. Like
change that. Because when I
I
was younger,
won't
I
do
cheated
that.
on every woman I was with,
But nah, but
except for one.
I've never had. This is my first time being faithful, bro. I was never faithful. Nah, but what Laura said is true. Is that me and Sawanda, we've been together for
Ever, ever,
7, 8 years
ever.
around that time. But we've known each other for more than 10 years. So we built up
Friendship.
that friendship, that understanding of each other. We understood each other before anything, and then we did a lot of messing around for about 5, 6 years, and then when we got together, it was just like
Natural.
how it was before, but it's just a little bit extra now. Now I'm not messing with Sawanda and bitch down the street. Now it's just Sawanda. Now she can punch me in
Yeah.
my face because we are together. Shit like that. Well,
That's the type
But
of
it's
relationship
different
I'm
I
because
looking
now
miss
for.
you're
cheating.
fresh and you spent that time learning. You spent that time learning each other, so now you kind of know. Oh, if I do this, or you kind of know,
Yeah,
like you said, how to push the buttons, how to not push the
yeah.
buttons, how to avoid pushing the buttons. You learn, and that's
And then
what's
I
good
don't
with
get
friendship.
that, man. I always lose with that because she could push my buttons. I could get mad. All right, I get mad. If I push her buttons, apparently she gets emotional, starts crying because I'm a prick, and then I gotta apologize. Why the fuck can I not be able to push buttons? What is wrong with y'all?
Hold on,
This is
okay,
why.
okay,
This is
okay.
why I
Can,
say. This is why I
can
say
I
she
drop
can't
some
have a
knowledge?
girlfriend. This is why she can't
Can
have
I
a
drop some
girlfriend.
knowledge?
No.
Can I drop some knowledge on you? Can I drop some knowledge on you?
Well,
You
good.
have to know something my father told me when I was younger.
What's
Women
that?
are always right. They simple but difficult. If you get
I know.
mad, you're always gonna have to apologize. It doesn't matter. You're wrong. So I got that in life. You're wrong. As a man, you're wrong. You can say your opinion,
Even
but
when you're
like you
right, you're
just said,
wrong.
you can say it. But when you have the
Even when
and
you're
this
right,
is
you're
one thing
wrong.
my dad said, in order for you to prove a woman wrong, you gotta have receipts and everything on paper. Because once you show her that she's wrong, then she's stuck on talking like I. But if you don't have the proof, you're wrong. Just take it.
Yeah.
We're always wrong. They're always gonna be right. They're always gonna get their
But I'm
opinion
right.
across.
I know
It
what I'm
doesn't
talking
matter.
about.
It doesn't matter.
I
It don't matter. It don't matter. Look at your pops. Hold on. Look at your pops. Look at your pops. Your pops do mad stuff around the house. He loved the shit out your. He loved the shit out your moms. Ask him if he's right or any all the time, or is your mother right all the time. That's what you need to do. Ask your pops if Denise is right all the time or he's right all the time. Ask him. He's gonna tell you your mom's is always right. I'm telling you. I learned from the older generation. You can't argue with a woman. You're not gonna win.
Even when
You're
you're
not
right,
going
you're
to win.
wrong.
You're not gonna win. You have that natural
Well,
thing to
y'all,
get your point
I don't mean
across.
to cut this combo short, but like my phone is on 10%.
Okay.
I just got
Let's
And we're
back
end
going
this.
off
home,
topic.
Okay.
but
Yeah, we stayed off a while back. It was alright. It was
yeah,
good.
2 hours.
So, like I said, for your question was, should you feel some type of way about having A, B, and C and D and E? No, like I said, as long as you're not looking for a relationship, you're just living life. You're dipping your toe in the water, have some
It's
fun.
okay.
Is when you're looking for a relationship, you should start feeling some type of way because somebody is going to get hurt,
Somebody
and
is
you're
gonna get hurt. Yeah.
and you're going to make sure it's not you. So, which one of them two is willing to get the boot?
Okay.
And that's my thing about it.
Thank you for the advice. Well, I don't.
Anybody else? Anybody else? We all
Nope.
good?
Okay. We all
I think
good.
we all good.
So who's going to take the everything next week?
Laura has the relationship question next week.
Hold on, hold
Um.
on, hold on, hold on. We still on live. We still on live.
Oh yeah, yeah. Let's
Let's
get
end
off
this
this and
live.
go back to the chat.
All right, I'm ending it right now.
All right, y'all. It's your girl Tina. Peace out.
QPL.
I'll see y'all later, man.